Welcome to the Trailchasers podcast.
This episode is presented by Nexen Tire. If you want to increase the performance for your rig, both on and off-road, go to nexentireusa.com and get a set of Rodian MTXs. And the show is also brought to you by Icon Vehicle Dynamics. If you want to get the full potential out of your vehicle suspension, go to iconvehicledynamics.com and get Icon equipped.
Listeners are in for a treat this week as the wives take over to give you their views on the wonderful world of podcasts and off-road adventure, while giving you a little more insight on the guys. So buckle up and grab the oh shit bar as the ladies show you how it's done.
And let's be honest, this is going to go really well, so I won't be surprised if we get signed for our own podcast after this.
It's time for the Trailchasers podcast. Are you ready? Let's begin. Trailchaser, you have to chase your adventure. Trailchaser, our time is now. Get out there and chase your adventure. Get out there and chase your adventure. Get out there and chase your adventure. Get out there and chase your adventure.
Hey everyone, the wives have taken over the show this week and you're in for a treat. Let's start by getting to know the ladies. So this is Tammy. You may know my name as I am unfortunately married to Cody. Let's see. So what the guys have done is put together some amazing questions for us to go through and give our honest answers to. Right, ladies?
We'll be honest.
Oh, we're going to be so honest, people are probably going to stop listening to this.
Or we're going to have our own show by the
For
time
sure,
this is
for
over.
sure.
So we're set up in the studio, in the spare bedroom of my house. The guys are out there with all of the children. So that's fun.
Yeah, I feel bad for the kids.
I can only imagine what's happening out there right now.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll just see if we hear any screaming as we go on. We'll
But we get to ignore it though because we're recording, right?
That's exactly what happens every Monday night for like 3 hours.
We cannot be disturbed. We're recording.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Or editing for another 2-3 hours a week. Or
Oh, so we've got
just
We pretty much were free this whole Sunday.
we have our bottle of wine.
Right.
Letty and I have our Sauvignon Blanc, and we're ready to go.
It's good.
Okay, so all right, let's get into it. Tammy, how long have you been married to Cody? Oh, so long. Let's see, was it 2020? So 9 years. So we were married in 2011, and it's been a long time, which I can't believe.
Hey, it's Cody, and Tammy got that wrong. We were actually married in 2012. She's confusing when we bought our house with when we got married. And don't think I'm going to ever let her forget that.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's 9 years either.
I know.
Feels more like 6.
Feels more like a million.
Oh my
A million,
gosh.
Monty, a million. Let's see. What is your background in off-roading and outdoor activities? Well, before we were together, I had a little dirt bike, so it's not totally new. I was decent at that. But as far as like getting in a truck and just driving out in the dirt, I don't know. Like that started with Cody, obviously, you know. And then we've been doing it ever since. It's a little more challenging with a small child in the back seat. But yeah, so I don't know, 9 years again. What is your favorite thing to do?
I think we're
I was
doing
gonna
part of it.
say like drink wine and
Remember, honest, all of
right,
it. Just
it is
raw.
Yeah, like drink wine. Like at this point, just like
nothing, right?
yeah, because that
Nothing.
never happens ever.
Yeah.
Like last weekend, I was alone, like by myself for the first time in like a year for a day.
It's amazing.
That was amazing. You know,
What
without,
did you do with yourself?
Nothing.
I went unnecessarily shopping. Yeah, I
Oh,
bought stuff we
awesome.
didn't need, and then watched ghost shows So that'll come up later.
Oh, yeah.
I am I'm
I can't
right
wait.
there with Jose and Matt. I'm totally
conspiracies
guilty.
and ancient aliens.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
but with wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a little twist to it.
Exactly. It helps. It helps. Where would I go on my dream vacation? So I've been wanting Cody to, I say take me, like he would ever actually do the planning and all that.
Or like you need him to take you.
Yeah, which I
agree.
don't need that either. Yeah. But we've been talking about Italy for a long time for my 40th birthday. But I don't know. Lately I've been like into Australia.
Ooh.
I mean, these are
no.
these are dreams.
Okay, aside from the fact that half of Australia just burnt down.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Do you know how many spiders they have there?
And
I don't.
You go online and there's maps of Australia that's broken down by like
spider.
the dangers on that island. Like there's
Of just spiders.
it's the most like dangerous place on earth. Spiders and sharks
and they're giant. It's not like little daddy long legs that you see here. They're like size of your face.
you either have like gigantic spiders or you have like a million little spiders.
so those are my options.
Yeah, you couldn't pay me. Could not
So
pay me.
Italy's looking good again.
Italy
Aside from
sounds
being,
much
I mean,
The
it's
whole
level
country.
2 or level 3 right now, but not a big
Yeah.
deal. We'll look past that.
we'll see if I can get in by the time it's my 40th
Yes.
birthday.
Yes.
There you
See
go.
if they'll allow me in. No, we'll see. Okay, so that's me. And on to Monty.
Okay, how long have I been married to Matt? We actually just celebrated our 10th anniversary. I say celebrated very, very loosely because really it was, oh yeah, happy anniversary. So yeah, we've been married for 10 years, together for 12. Back in November was 10 years.
Nice.
Congrats.
You look so excited.
Yeah, it just kind of came and went,
Uh-huh.
Background in off-roading and outdoor activities. Actually, that's due to Cody. Cody's the first person who took me off-roading when I was like 18, I think. They used to go to the desert and went and rode around with him. And then I actually had my own Jeep for about 5 years.
Nice.
But it was hell on gas, and so I had to get a Corolla, which was a big transition.
That's a change.
Yeah, you can't take that one off road.
No, that was very different. So that did not last very long. And then, of course, the Renegade is mine.
Right.
So, yeah,
Right. Your Renegade has been a part of the Trailchasers story for quite a long time.
And it's my Renegade.
It is your Renegade.
And that's it. And then Matt started me with like the real desert camping and dirt bikes and stuff like that.
Okay.
What's next?
What is your favorite thing to do?
Oh, sleep.
That's right.
We all know how much I love to sleep. And nothing. Sleep and nothing. So anytime the house is quiet, I'm either like Netflixing or sleeping. Those are like the only two things I do.
That's funny how the older we get, the more simple our
Yeah.
favorite things become. Yep.
Well, once you have kids,
Yeah.
like there's no stopping. Like you're constantly going. Even when you're not really doing anything, you're still aware of children
Like
and
you're on
thinking
alert.
about them and thinking about what you're planning to do with dinner and all that stuff. So when they're gone, that's like the best. I love them. But when I get those,
But I can't wait until they leave.
Oh. And then add another like a really big giant kid to the mix. Which,
Exactly.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
and then
I've got 3 boys, not just 2. I've got 3.
yeah, absolutely. Okay.
My dream vacation is very simple. I need to get to Lambeau Field. It was supposed to be my 40th birthday, but I didn't get that, so 45th. 45th birthday, yep. So I gotta go see the Packers.
Oh, right. Right.
I was like, what's behind that? You just want to go see how green the grass is? Like,
No, I'm a huge Packer fan. I've never been to I'm a huge football fan in general, but I've never been to a professional game, and I won't go to one unless it's at Lambeau. I want Lambeau to be my first professional.
You are holding out.
I am.
Yeah.
I want the best.
you're saving yourself.
That's right. I don't want to go see like the Rams or the Chargers. I mean, who wants that? I want to go see the best.
Right. Okay.
That's me.
Strong. You've got strength there. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
And
lady.
Letty.
Right. Hi, I'm Letty. I was going to say I'm married to Jose, but I'll switch that and say he's married to me.
Absolutely.
That's right. We've only been married for 6 months. It was a bad day. I'm just kidding. But we've actually been together for over 10 years. We have a kid together and all that fun stuff. We just needed to do the technical part and sign and get the certificate. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we've been living together for a while now, so it was just kind of like, okay, well, we're gonna celebrate our 10th anniversary. Let's go to Vegas and have a party over there. And he was like, well, if we're gonna go to Vegas, we're gonna get married. And I'm like, what? No, that's not what I
would
want.
we do that?
Yeah, and I'm like,
why ruin it?
Yes, exactly. So now, needless to say, the magic is gone.
I was gonna say, everything has gone downhill in the last 6 months.
I mean, it's crazy. I didn't think marriage was gonna change us, but I can't stand the sight of him anymore.
Yeah.
It was...
Yeah.
Now you have him. Like, you have him now.
Yes. And I think maybe that's why I'm just like, meh. Like,
Buyer's remorse.
Yes. We don't have that in California, unfortunately. So I gotta keep it.
No return
No
policy.
return. Yeah, I didn't read the fine print, but that's my fault, I guess. I'm not an outdoorsy person or anything like that. So as far as like off-roading and outdoor activities, Jose is the one that's introduced me to anything like hiking or off-roading or anything like that. The first time that we went on a trail, it was, before our son. So it was easy for me to just get in the truck with him and just go. But I'm like, why? Why are we abusing our vehicles this way? Why are we doing this? I mean, I understand there's like a technical piece to it and everything like that. He tries to like explain it to me, but I'm just like, I don't get it.
Yeah. You know what's funny? The first time you guys came out,
Yeah.
you got out of the car with Damien and like you were like at your flannel and your jeans. And I'm like, oh, she does it all the time. Like she's so much better than me. Cause like,
No way.
been doing this for years. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, no. I was just like, you know what? Let's just take it easy on that. So now anytime that they go on a trip, I usually hang back because Damien is still at an age where he has to, he's in his car seat and he hates being buckled in for long periods of time. So that would just be, we'd have to stop all the time. And I'm like, I guess we could try that in a shorter trip, but like, I mean, these guys go like all day. And I'm like, yeah, I can't.
See, you're the good mom who stays home with your kid.
Yeah.
See, I don't go on the trips because Matt takes the boys.
Oh, okay.
And again,
Yeah.
then I get that little quiet time.
Right,
for a
but
few
eventually
hours.
that's what it's going to be. Like, I've already told Jose, I'm like, as soon as he gets older, you can take him and I can get some me time to do the laundry and, like, catch up on my shows and, like, clean without, interruptions. It's sad.
My first question every time he says, oh, we're going to go do something. Oh, you're taking the boys, right? Like, you're taking the boys?
It's not even a question.
a compromise.
Because if you're not taking the boys, we need to rethink this.
Yes, you're probably not going.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm in the middle because he wants to take Presley.
Yeah.
He's fine with it. And then I'd get some alone time. But then at the same time, he just like does not care if he is careful. He doesn't care how fast he goes or how bumpy it is or how dangerous the trail is. Like he does not care.
He pushes it,
Yeah.
No matter what I say and when I say. And it's the same on the
They're
freeway.
superheroes.
Yeah, he's the best driver in the world.
Ever touch them.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's
That's
like
the
an
same way.
insult if you ask him to like make sure our daughter doesn't like roll off a cliff.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That would be insulting.
It's like you're insult. Like, I'll tell Jose, like, be careful with him. Like, right now, they're playing, they're kids, I get it. But, like, before we came here, I'm like, make sure that he doesn't lick anything. Like, you never know. Like, maybe he has something that he can give to somebody else. And he's like, well, I'm not going to be hovering over him. I'm like, that's not what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
That's always the word they use.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, am I supposed to hover over
I
them?
heard Matt use it earlier today.
No, be a parent.
The word of the
just,
day.
just be aware, please.
Yeah, just like if they're going to grab a knife, stop it. That's it.
But I don't want to hover.
Right. I mean, I'm not trying to make you a helicopter parent, but just be one,
Presley came near earlier. She was like, can I play with this gigantic stick that's under the orange couch for some reason?
Yeah.
No. Why is that
Wait,
there?
Cody's response was, no, we don't play with that when other people are here.
So,
So there are times when he
So
plays with that with her.
Feel my pain.
Yes.
Yeah, you feel it.
Yes.
Okay.
So, along the same theme as far as my favorite thing to do is nothing.
Yeah.
Now, before children, and I only have, the one baby, but a bigger baby as well. But before that, I've always been a pretty boring person. I've never really done very much, but I like going out and like Disneyland and all this stuff. And now I think of going to Disneyland with my toddler and I'm like, how am I going to restrain him for as long as possible so I can keep an eye on him without necessarily putting those little leash things on them? And before I had my son, I would see these people with these little leash things on their children, and I'm like, oh my God, that is so degrading.
Yeah.
But then you have one that runs
Everything
off.
changes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm just thinking, okay, maybe I should buy one of those and make it like a cute little backpack so that way it's not so bad, but
Right.
it's still pretty bad.
I consider putting them on my 8 and 10-year-old. Like,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
it doesn't go
Because that way I
away.
can give you a
They
little
still
slack
wander.
and then
Yeah.
like, pull you back.
Come on back.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
the alternative is he runs off and you never see him ever again.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
You know, he
Right.
ends up
Or he
living
gets
at Disneyland.
hurt, or
Yeah. And then he lives in Disneyland, which is not the worst thing, I don't think.
Just-
You know, he gets unlimited amount of candy, which
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd be happy with. But, you know, that's favorite thing to do is nothing along with you ladies.
So
And
we're in sync then.
Right, right. And as far as my dream vacation, now again, ever since child, it's changed because before I'd be like, oh my God, let's go to Hawaii and have like a good old time and stay up late. And well, because Jose's like 60 years old and he goes to bed. If 7:45, if he could, 7:45 p.m., he'd be in bed every night. And I'm like, dude, it's so early. Like, what's wrong with you? So dream vacation. I know that with all this coronavirus stuff that's going on, Europe is kind of like off the table. But
Right.
Paris, I think, is one of those dream vacations that I think
Yeah.
you should always at least do once.
Yeah.
Just so you can say that you did it.
Yeah.
And if you hate it, then great. But at least you can say like, yeah, I've been to Paris. It sucks. But I don't think it would. I mean, there's pastries there. And I'm like a big pastry person.
Yeah. There's pastries
Yeah.
and
I mean, that's the only reason
wine.
why I would go. I wouldn't go for the art or architecture or anything like that.
Yeah.
I want pastries.
Yeah.
They have croissants. I mean, it's the home of the croissant.
Right.
Yeah, I went to Europe one time, and that flight was enough of a reason to never go back again.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
I mean, I would need like sleeping pills or mass amounts of alcohol to survive
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was too much.
How long is the flight?
It was a 14-hour straight flight.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd break it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd break it up.
Ah.
Cody and I went only for a couple of days just to say that we did it because the idea was to go to London.
Okay.
And then you can take this train under what's called the Channel. It's like an underwater tunnel
Oh.
that goes from London to Paris. And in like 2 hours, you're like in the dark for like 45 minutes of it or something because you're literally underwater.
Yeah.
And then you come out and you're like in France.
Wow.
Yeah, this is really neat.
Yeah.
And it's a cheap way to get over there.
Right.
And I'm glad that we did do it for a
Right.
couple nights. And if I could reverse it, we'd like go back and switch the amount of time we were in each place. 'Cause it was worth it. And I think if you're nice to the people there, they're not like mean to you. If you like
Right.
try and you're nice, they were like, oh,
They're not like Americans.
no, like I'm sorry,
That's supposed to be a French accent, by the way.
America.
It was obviously a French accent.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
They all sound like Lumiere from
Right.
Beauty and
from
the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast, yeah.
Oh yes, let's let Carlos out.
See, they never come in here when the guys are doing their podcast.
Why are they in here now? Did Cody just leave them in here on
Yeah.
purpose?
locked Carlos in here.
I think he like coaxed them to come over here.
He did.
Sitting there begging, so.
He didn't want to have to deal with them, so he left them in here. Well, now we get to do extra editing.
Great.
Yeah.
Good luck, Cody.
It'll
Yeah.
probably take him another hour, so.
Right.
And you know
Great.
what? Just for funsies. There you go, Cody.
That's all right. We're supposed to be watching our mouths, but now that we've been told to do that, we're
Yeah.
like children and we're going to do it more.
Exactly. And we have wine, so
Yeah. So
I don't have any wine, but I still don't watch my mouth.
do you
Yeah,
want
that works.
some?
No, I don't drink.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It makes me sleepy.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good thing. You love to sleep, so
Well, but if I fall asleep in here, then that's not gonna be much fun.
we'll
You'll
talk
have
about
to edit out all my snores.
we'll talk about Matt for you.
yeah. Ooh, there you go. We'll leave a little bit of snoring just for fun.
Yeah.
But anywho, we were on Letty's next. Oh no, that was it. Dream
Yeah, that was
Vacation.
me.
Okay. All right, you guys. Let's see what else they have in store for us.
Yeah, they have this like script for us to follow, and just reviewing some of it, I'm like, you guys really think that we sit there and think about you that much? Like, I really have to think about, oh yeah, we are married. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I know. I was reading some of these and I'm like, do I have all of these opinions prepared? Like, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think about it.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I just like work and, come home and
Be a mom
Yeah,
and then go
like,
to sleep.
go to bed when I can.
Yeah,
And-
But I
Exactly.
can always come up with stuff to talk about. We can always come up with trash to talk about.
Oh,
No.
trash, yes, but
Yeah.
all these questions are nice.
Oh, but no, all those questions can lead to trash.
Yeah,
I'm telling
very
you, I
introductory.
guarantee.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just a guide.
Guides are meant to
Yeah.
be broken.
That's exactly
The
right.
boys tangent all the time, so we don't have to stick to anything.
That's what they do.
Yes.
Tangents.
90% show.
And they call it success. So
They're like, somehow every Monday night of our lives,
Yeah.
they get to come back here and go on tangents, and we're like, okay, yeah, we'll take care of the
And
kids.
people actually listen to them talk about this stuff.
You guys, listeners, we're still trying to figure it out too. Don't worry.
yes.
Okay, so we have this review. It's a new review on iTunes. 5 stars for some reason. From Flat Bill DeVille on March 4th, 2020. It reads, Trail Chasers podcast makes me feel semi-normal. We're just going to stop
Yeah.
right there.
What do you mean?
Were you like full normal before?
Yes.
And now you're semi, or were you like no normal and like they boosted you a little bit?
I'm thinking he must be along the same weird lines as our husband.
Yeah.
And so, there's camaraderie
yes.
and the oddness.
And he like considers that?
Yeah, so if there's others out there, it must be okay.
Yes. Okay, let's see. Let's found TC podcast because of a brief icon YouTube video. Started listening and I'm hooked. About 1/3 through all the episodes. Interviews are awesome. Show is informative. And the random tangents, what were we just talking
Yeah,
about?
we sure were.
The random tangents remind me of hanging out with my boys in the garage.
Aw.
Normal guys, normal builds, and real adventures. Jose and Matt are hilarious.
Wah, wah.
I like how Cody is left out of this.
Cody's always like, you're respectful.
And
Good job, Cody.
And Cody makes the show. Jose and Matt are hilarious, and Cody, I can respect the forearm of justice.
Oh, God.
Oh. Please keep this podcast going. It's awesome. Well, that's what we're here
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
Flat Bill DeVille.
That's right.
Keeping
You're
it
welcome.
going.
You're welcome.
On behalf of the wives.
Yes.
You are
Every
welcome.
every review I've seen that's positive, they always go on about how great the tangents are
Yes.
and hanging out with their boy. Like, it's supposed to be about off-roading though, right?
Oh my gosh.
This is where I'm confused.
It is so
the,
funny.
The off-road podcast
Yes.
is like 10% off-road
Yes.
and 90%
Just-
whatever.
Yeah.
Right, because I'll listen to some of the episodes. I'm not gonna lie, I don't listen to every single episode because
I don't listen
they'll
to
go
most of them.
they'll go live on at the times where I'm like it's
Yeah.
shower time and
Yeah.
bedtime and what have you. So I'll listen to it sometimes and then I'm like, oh, they actually talked about off-road machinery
Right.
and whatever it entails today, because other times they're just talking crap to each other.
Well, yeah, and if it weren't for the guests that
Yes.
they interview, I mean, what off-road content
And
would
every
there
time
be?
I listen to it, I think, you know what? I could just hang out with them on a Saturday and listen to this same exact.
Yeah.
Right. Like, it is no different than what we listen to every time they're
Like off
together.
the air.
Yes.
Yeah, what new information am I going to learn here?
Nothing. Nothing new.
Okay, let's see what's next for us. Trail Chasers history.
It's like Jeopardy, right? I'll
Yeah.
take history for 200.
Trail Chasers history.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the history of the Trail Chasers. Tammy, what do you remember about Cody starting the Trail Chasers website, and can you recall what you thought about it? No.
Done.
Next.
You can't recall anything?
I have the worst memory, but I remember him starting it by himself, which, all joking aside, I'm proud of him because, to just come in here and sit and do this all alone, takes, the effort and all that. So, and I know he's been looking for something outside of regular work to focus on and build, and seeing where it is now, I'm really excited for him as I roll my eyes, but I am.
Right. But we won't tell him that.
Yeah, don't tell him. Edit. So, yeah, I mean,
At the time, though, were you like, you're doing what? Or were you like, go, babe, go?
I was just sort of like,
You're like, okay,
Same,
I'll
you know?
go back to the dishes. Thank you.
yeah, like, you know, we have life. Our life has always been crazy. We don't stop. We never stop doing anything. We never stop moving. Our weekends are full and all that. So just kind of like, yeah, go do what you need to do, you know? And then there was a point where he was considering stopping. And I think that was right before Matt came on board. There was a period, I think it was like a good chunk of months where he just stopped doing it. And I think we were just going through stuff with, you know, trying to have a baby and all that. And he almost didn't bring it back.
Wow.
And we had the conversations about, you know, just do it, you know, like go make an episode, see how it feels kind of a thing. And I'm really glad he did because that was a turning point. Everything we have now, ladies, could have
All of this
not
magic.
be here,
We
right?
wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, gosh, we wouldn't be here today. And then bringing Matt on, I think, was just an amazing decision. Sorry, Monty, is, you know, now you have Matt gone on weekends and on at least one night a week.
All
But
my brother's fault. All my brother's fault.
yes, everything is Cody's fault.
Yeah, she doesn't seem so torn up about it, so...
Oh, we haven't gotten to that part yet.
She's saving it.
Okay,
I'm saving that for the topics. Like,
Saving it. So, yeah, I mean, I'm proud of him. I really am. But, you know, life goes on at a million miles an hour while he's back here doing it.
Right,
So,
exactly.
just, you know, keep cheering them on. Mm-hmm. But for me, bringing Matt on was definitely made a difference because it became funny. It turned funny when Matt got on board. I think that was where they started to grow.
I think Matt has a good way of pulling, you know, Cody's humor out too. Cody gets, you know, in his head a little too much sometimes. A little too serious.
A little too much?
Too many schedules and spreadsheets. Cody, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, a little much. A little much. So that was a blessing in disguise. And the two of them were like that anyways before the show. So they literally just like had to like get another chair and just be themselves.
Yeah.
And it started to work. Okay, Monty, you're up.
Do I recall what Matt told... Oh, when Matt told you about being on the show and what my thoughts were? It was just kind of like one day he was like, well, yeah, I guess I'm going to do the show with Cody. Okay, how's that going to work? My question was, how's that going to work? So you're going to like be on the phone with him while he does it from at home? And he's like, well, no, I'll just go to his house and record. And that's when the ding, ding, ding light went off in my head. Okay, when are you going to do this? How's this going to happen?
Yeah.
So that was it. I was like, okay, have fun, I guess.
Yeah, they were going to hang out anyways.
Because to me, I hadn't listened to anything at that point. Mm-hmm. So I had no idea what it was about, really. I mean, I knew it was off-road, but I couldn't picture it.
Well, yeah, because you're like, I'm the only one in this family with an off-road vehicle, so what are you even going to talk about?
Like, how are you going to trail or chase the trail?
Exactly. I'm sorry, you're going to chase them in my vehicle?
Right. Yes.
Which is exactly what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
We all know.
For a good chunk of time.
But yeah, no, I thought it was pretty cool. I knew that the two of them, they get along so well. And they have so much fun together anyways. I figured it was good for him to have that extra thing outside of the house. Even though it meant that I was at home alone and he was doing that.
Yeah.
You know, alone with the kids, putting the kids to bed, doing all that stuff. But
Unsung heroes right here, ladies.
Yes, that's
Behind the scenes.
the true behind the scenes of the Trailchasers podcast.
The true success.
Heroines.
Right.
Right here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we may be tooting our own horns, but I don't care.
Oh,
I will
no.
Toot, toot.
That's right.
That's what we're here for. Okay, Letty.
Okay, so do I recall when Jose was told about being on the show and what were my thoughts? So I brought up the dishes when Tammy was talking about Cody because that's what I was doing when Jose was telling me like, oh, dishes. We had gone to a it was in the Pomona Fairgrounds that what is it called? I don't even remember what it's called, but they do like a show
Yeah.
every year. And I think Jose had already met Matt and Cody, I think at a Big Bear run or something like that. And he told them like, oh yeah, I went to the show and it was great. And so they asked him to call in and
The
provide
man on
his
the street?
Yeah, man on the streets. Yes, exactly.
I remember the whole man on the street thing.
Yes. And then I'm like doing the dishes and like Damien's like I think he hadn't started walking or anything yet, but he was like, they want me to call right now. Can you watch the baby? And I'm like, can I watch the baby? Like, yes.
What do you think I am?
First of all, that's what I've been doing as I'm doing the dishes, you know. But
Oh,
he
so
was
you're like stopping how much you were watching the baby?
Yes, I'm gonna watch
Jose?
him more. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. Because apparently I wasn't watching him enough.
Yeah, exactly.
The dishes were distracting.
Right. It's true. It's possible. So he's like super excited. He was so giddy about the whole thing. And I was just like, okay, but I didn't think anything really much of it. I thought this is going to be this one-time thing. And then that was it. But then for some reason they liked him.
Some reason.
Yeah. And I'm like, and I even told him like, look, I don't know what you told them, but I don't get it. I just don't get it. What do people see in you? And I ask myself that question every day, waking up next to him and be like, why?
Well, my question was like, what's wrong with Jose that he actually wants to do
Yeah.
this? That he wants to be your man on the street.
Right. Yes. I was like, okay, that's cool. Go ahead, do your thing. Like, I'll watch the baby, it's what I'm doing. So, but he was like super excited. And then like afterwards he came out from the room and after his interview and I was like, so how did it go? Cause he had been in there for a while. Like they talked to him for probably like 30, 45 minutes. And then he was like, I think it went well. I think I messed up. And I'm like, why? He's like, oh, my mush mouth. Cause he's always talking about how he doesn't speak or articulate clearly. And I'm like, I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure you'll be fine. And then like the podcast aired with him like actually being interviewed on the air. And then he's like critiquing everything he's saying. Like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. And then like I'm listening with him and I'm like, oh, you were actually funny. I'm like, good job.
Aww.
I'm like rooting him on and like encouraging him. Little did I know I was going to turn to this.
Otherwise, you would have been like, yeah, you're terrible.
Yeah,
you should never do that again.
Yeah, you do have mush mouth. What did you just say?
God, that was awful.
Yes. Oh, God. Babe, I'm so sorry, but ugh. Oh, God. But yeah,
If only.
I think our mistake was to be supportive. Right? And and we continue to do so.
Right.
So
biggest regret.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's
I
not
take
one of the
everything
questions.
back.
That's not one of the questions here.
No.
What do you regret the most being supportive?
Well, I feel like I have absolutely no choice because it's not just my husband, it's also my brother. So it's like I
Yeah.
have to support them both.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
It's like,
My brother-in-law, I suppose.
yeah, for me, I'm
But-
just like, I don't care. I'm not related to anybody, so
No.
whatever.
Yeah, and like, whenever we go to Cody and Tammy's, they're like the worst at serving us food.
Oh my
and
God,
all
they
that.
make me,
So, like,
first of all,
why?
just because I'm Hispanic, they make me make their tamales for them. And they blame me when they're disgusting.
Like, these are terrible.
Well, you're the
What is
Mexican.
wrong with you?
Well, Letty did them, so you know. So she's not really Mexican.
Yeah. How dare you mess up our
Yes.
leftover tamales
I
from
know.
some random Christmas party.
Like drunk party.
right, that's
that,
right.
like drunk people made, not us, and we brought them home. How dare you?
yeah, it's not the drunk people at all.
Yeah, and
Already.
I will never live that down. I apologize.
I won't either. Okay. Go back to the first Trailchasers community run we did in Big Bear. Oh, here we go. We met at Starbucks. Tammy and Monty, do you remember that day? And what were your thoughts about it? I'm pretty sure Monty and I had a side bet that
Nobody would show up.
nobody was going to show up.
Oh no.
Well, that trip, I do remember because I actually drove the Renegade that trip. And I also remember, like Tammy said, we had a little bet going, nobody was going to show up. Because, we're just picturing our husbands sitting in the bedroom talking to nobody.
Right.
And the idea that there are people out there who actually wanted to come and hang out with them
And
was
they
just
listen. They
no
listen to what
way.
they say.
There's
Like,
no way
drive
they
all
want
the
to
way up
drive
a
all the
mountain?
way here. Right. And so when people showed up, we were completely shocked that
We were.
that many people. It was like, how many people? Like 5 or 6 people?
Yeah, 5 or 6 more vehicles showed up.
Yeah, and we were thrown. That was the first moment I realized that there are people out there that I don't know that are actually listening to my husband talk every week.
Right. And that's the weirdest part
And it's
about
so
it.
weird.
Yeah. Because, they just sit in this bedroom, whatever, no big deal. But then there's, all these people actually driving around in their cars day to day,
Yeah.
across the country or different countries.
Yes, different
What's that
states,
about?
not like
Listening
in
to
the vicinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to listen to him because I'm his wife, and I really don't.
I mean, do you have to?
I'm kind of trapped. I mean, we're in the house. He talks. You pick up on some of it. You know,
yeah.
Keywords.
but I don't like purposely go on my phone and look for him. You know.
Yeah.
It's just they're talking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still very trippy to me that they're like strangers out there are listening to his voice on a regular basis.
It was trippy, and so I remember we walked into Starbucks to get our coffee, use the restroom, whatnot, while we were waiting for like these imaginary people to show up, right? And I remember I was in line, and there was this tall, bigger guy in front of me.
Yeah.
And he was by himself, and for some reason, I remember thinking, I'm like, this guy's here for this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know who he is, but he's probably here
Was
for
that
this.
Jose?
It was Jose.
Oh, I remember
Yeah.
him telling me about
Yeah.
that. Yes.
So we come out to the parking lot, and then out he comes, and
Yeah.
like kind of put two and two together, and there's Jose, and like now he's like hasn't gone away.
Now he's
just
like
still here.
He like lives in your
Now we
house.
gotta get
know.
rid of him.
Yes.
Like feeding him,
Yes.
and like
I'm so
yeah.
sorry. It's because I don't do it, so that he's got to find it elsewhere.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
so
such fixtures in your house every week that your daughter has given them both nicknames.
they do. They have nicknames. Jose is Silly Goose,
Silly Goose, yes.
and Matt is
The aptly named Stinky Winky.
Oh, wow. That is very cute.
Yeah.
That is very cute.
They came to our house on Friday night, and she runs in the door, Stinky Winky, and runs to Matt.
she's
That's
like
really
a little genius,
Yes,
right?
she is. She knew.
That's adorable. That's adorable.
So yeah, we do remember Big Bear.
Yes.
Yeah,
Fondly.
Do you remember him going to that?
I know I didn't go because the baby was, still a baby. Because when was this? Like sometime in August, I want to
I
say.
think it was May.
No,
Was it?
Because it wasn't like hot.
I have no idea.
I want to say it was like May.
We'll have to
I
get
could be
back to the
completely
listeners.
Right. If anybody knows, you can
Fact
just
check the first Big Bear.
Yeah.
so
First
much we pay attention.
community run. I mean, you ladies were there, so obviously I didn't go, but I remember him telling me about it. He was like, oh, we're going to do a Big Bear run. Do you guys want to go? And then I'm like, well, the baby's still young and he's going to be in his car seat and his head's going to be banging all over the place. I'm like, he's not going to want to be in his car seat for very long. So we'll hang back on this one. I'm like, is it going to be a short one? He's like, I don't know. This is the first time I run with these guys. And I'm like, okay, well, be careful. Let me know where you're going to be. Because what if these guys are like serial killers and then like you don't come home?
That was what tripped me out about him. It was just him. He didn't have
Yeah.
a buddy, a wife,
Yeah.
nothing. He was
I
the
know.
only one that came completely solo to this
Yeah.
thing.
And then he told me about that, and I felt so bad because I'm like, oh God, you're the loser by yourself. Like, God, now I'm that wife that's like super bitchy and didn't want to come with you and like nagging you for whatever reason. But
No.
yeah,
you
but
were stronger than we were. You
yeah,
got
you
to
guys should have
say
stayed
no.
home.
Well, this was my one and only shot to actually drive the Renegade.
Oh yeah, you drove that time
Because every time he was, because that was our vehicle at the time, our 4-wheel drive vehicle. So
Right.
he got to take it everywhere.
Yes.
I didn't get to do it. So
Yeah.
it was my one chance where I didn't have to drive, for an hour and a half to get to the spot where we were going to start
Start the
off-roading.
trail,
like we
yeah.
were right there. So
Yeah.
it was easy for me to do.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I went.
And I never want to drive. And he's made me do it. Like Jose's made me drive before. And I'm just like, I get so nervous that I'm going to mess something up in the car or hit or, just fall off the cliff or whatever, even though I'm
Yeah.
probably not even close to it. But I'm just like, no way. Like, I just saw those guys struggle over there.
Yeah.
You handle it and I'll get the picture. How about that?
But little do you know, you're probably better off handling it yourself because I don't trust Cody anywhere near those cliffs. Yet somehow we keep ending up on them.
Yeah, it's very true. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really think anything very much of it because he had been on different runs with different groups. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be one of those other ones where he goes to this trip and then he maybe runs with them again in a few months. But I didn't think that it was going to be like, oh, it was going to start with Jose Men on the streets and now Jose Men in the chair.
Yeah.
It just definitely what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It just transitioned to something that I never expected.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he didn't either because he still sits there sometimes and be like, I can't believe the show is where it's at, and I can't believe I'm on the show, and I can't believe all this other stuff.
Do you get the regular updates as to how many followers and downloads they have?
Yes.
Yeah.
I get that. Like,
Oh my god, this whole
I get that,
the Ford Wheeler Mag event that they just did not too long ago. My god, he
Yeah.
was like fangirling over everyone.
Did you watch the video that Trail Adventures Dave just put up yesterday?
No, I haven't.
He for his YouTube channel. He interviewed the guys.
Oh my god.
Posted on YouTube. Jose is so nervous.
Yeah.
And or drunk.
I think a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit
Tell
of both.
he's like his eyes are kind of like
squinty.
Yeah, squinty.
Yes.
He doesn't know what to say.
Yeah.
too many of
No
those Blue
offense, Jose.
Mountains.
Yeah,
No,
right.
it wasn't Blue Mountain.
It was white.
It was White Claw.
White Claw.
Oh,
It was. He apparently transitioned into this what is it? Clawhead? He calls himself a clawhead
Oh,
now.
okay, that's a thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if it's a thing, but I think he and Casey made it a thing. So
that
now,
does sound like something Casey would.
yeah.
would
So
be
now
part of.
they're clawheads, and I'm like, oh, okay, good for you, great, yes.
So you guys drink girl drinks
Yes.
and you call it being a clawhead.
And I'm like, I believe that this is one of the first of the 3 conversations that you were gonna have, and at the end you're gonna finally come out to me as gay.
Wow,
That's where it starts.
I mean, we've had many other conversations about it, but I'm like, this is it. This is the beginning of the
Where
end.
it starts. Yeah, everything starts breaking down now.
Yes, yes. And
That's
now
why he had to marry you. So they had you locked in.
I'm just
Yeah.
his beard. I'm his beard, and I'm okay with that. I support him.
Cody's been pretty open about his
teachers do have very good benefits.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Once
Nice
he
one.
actually becomes one.
Oh, so funny.
Yeah, she just did that.
Nice. Nice.
He's not a teacher yet.
He is not. He is not. All right, you guys ready to move on?
Let's go.
Yes.
Questions. Oh, so many questions.
Oh my god, you guys.
What do you think about the show gaining popularity? Well,
See, this
What
is
have we
this
not
is
said
the, This is
already?
the type of the question that I was
Yeah.
thinking about. I'm like, I don't know.
you're like, I don't.
yes.
I don't think about
It's
it.
still weird that people actually listen. And then, the regular updates on the followers and the downloads.
Oh,
and-
yeah. And I mean, imagine what you go through at home, Money, every night, 24 hours a day. Like, times a billion in this house.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Times
sure.
a billion. His face is never out of the phone, never out of the computer. All he talks about is some story about something. And, you know,
Something.
you're like, you want
Story about something. That's how much she's listening.
Yes.
You try to walk the line between being supportive and like, and
Yes.
nodding and like, great
Yes.
job, baby, super proud of you. And then being
Right.
like, what? And, you know, the kids screaming at you and there's other
Right.
things to do. It's like, oh my
And it's
God.
like, great, but guess
Yes.
what? We gotta go get toilet paper.
Yeah, right.
Because, we're running really low.
Yeah, this show's coming out in April, so hopefully everyone has toilet paper by then. FYI,
yes. I
yes.
hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. If it ever airs. Because I feel like
Right.
once they hear this, they're going to be so intimidated by how well we're doing that they're like, no way. Our listeners are going to be requesting our wives.
Exactly. They're going to be demanding us.
Yes, to be on. And then
Yeah.
who's going to watch the kids?
They'll be threatened. They won't have. They'll be able to
Yeah.
handle it.
Absolutely. We're going to be
Right.
the faces of this show.
Yeah, I mean, like, on the bright side, maybe we'll, like, earn so much money from, like, sponsorships and advertisements that we
Yes.
can get, like, full-time nannies.
Oh my God.
And, like,
yeah.
personal chefs.
Well, Cody's next question is, how does it feel to be married to celebrities? And my
great.
thing is, if he's a celebrity, then where's my maid? And
Yeah.
I mean, if this is
My
what it's
personal
like
chef.
to be, hobnobbing with celebrities, I am not
Right.
impressed.
Not impressed.
Not
Matt's
impressed.
response to that question last night was, "Yeah, tell them how it feels to know that all these women are throwing your stuff."
Oh my God.
Oh. Yeah.
I guarantee you, if that was happening, we would have heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
by now, for sure.
All of it.
Yeah, not really a problem.
Yes,
at this
we're
point.
we're fine with it. Thank you for the
Yeah.
question.
Next.
Yeah, but going back to the question about the show gaining popularity, I like these sponsorships and everything that they've worked for.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they've just been handed to them.
No.
Yeah.
It's surprising. For sure, because like Monty has been saying, it's just these are our husbands, like people that we know and we hear them and smell them, and they're normal guys, and then you start hearing about the respect that they're gaining out in the community, and it's pretty awesome. I would never tell this.
It's not just like people who are listening to them enjoying them,
Yeah.
like these companies that
Right.
are here. Let's give you stuff
Yeah.
because we think you're that good.
Yes.
Like,
And my
Yeah.
question's always like, but like, why? Why do they want to
Okay.
sponsor you guys? Like, what do you guys have to do for them?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just
Yeah.
like mention them on the show or what have you. And I'm like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah. It is a new weird world. So like
Mm-hmm.
where I work, I actually contract with influencers.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And as ridiculous as it is and how much I despise doing it, there's a benefit to both parties. So I think you just kind of come to this agreement and you're like, well, I'll do this for you if you do this for me.
Right.
And in a world where everything is like social and all your marketing is social
Yeah.
and word of mouth and social media and whatnot, it's not like these like, it's not like they're going to get like a television commercial or a radio commercial.
don't
That's like
know
how,
that.
no, but like that's how it used to be, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what you were striving for. Now
Right.
you just want to like get the buzz out.
Yeah.
social media.
you
is
want to get
taking
tagged.
over.
You just want to get tagged.
Yeah, you just want to get tagged.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The more success they're getting, more popular they're getting too. I have to watch more off-road stuff on my TV at home.
Yes. So that's
Like I have
an
no
impact.
choice. It just goes on, and there it is. This past weekend, we were watching he started me on the X Overland.
Oh, Overland. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so we've been watching that on YouTube, and
The people
He
that they
was-
just interviewed, right?
yes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he fangirled all over that, and then he got to drive into the airport. Shout out to the Crofts.
Oh my gosh.
sorry, guys.
Yes.
Sorry you had to get in that truck. I know what it looks like inside.
Yes. So Jose has been a fan of that show for before he even started writing with Matt and Cody. He watched like the whole series when they were driving to South America and like all these Tacomas and Land Cruisers and 4Runners and everything else. And he's always like telling me, like, he's trying to keep me up to speed, like telling me like, all right, well, this is this guy. And I'm just like, but why are they doing that? Like, why? Oh, well, they're just trying to test the rigs. I'm like, oh, okay. But, why?
Are there any
Like,
hotels nearby?
Yes. And I'm like, how are they
There
showering?
has to be, because they are the cleanest people I have ever seen on an off-road adventure. So
Right,
I,
right.
I know your secret. You guys are showering somewhere.
Yes. Somehow. Somehow.
There's a double tree somewhere
Yeah,
around the corner.
yeah.
Just
So,
not
like-
filming it.
Yeah, so when he found out that they wanted to talk to them, that they actually wanted to talk to the Trailchasers, Jose was like over the moon about it. And he's just like, and Matt took him to the airport. I can't even believe that they talked to us. And I'm like, yeah, me neither. But, congrats. I'm like, you guys are doing great. Keep it up. Keep it
Can't
up.
explain it, but yeah, good job.
Yeah.
So that's all a bit weird for
Yeah,
me.
it is. It is. I'm like, oh, these people that you saw on TV or YouTube or what have you, they're sitting right in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
is. It is exciting, and yes, yeah, we're proud of them. And
Yes.
I mean, for as much time that Cody spends on this, literally every day of our lives, like at least he's passionate about something, right?
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever been like that passionate about something to where I like that's all that I think about
Right.
all the time.
Right.
Put that much effort into it because I just like to do lots of different things and relax. So I mean, I think that's how people are successful, right? You just keep going and you keep having fun with it, and like the more they do, it's like snowballs a little bit,
Yeah.
or a lot,
Right.
and they get excited about it every time something new happens.
Yeah.
Like little girls.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yes, just like little girls.
Yes.
Okay, next. Monty. Or here, let me ask. When Matt and Jose come over to record, do you guys hate it, or do you secretly appreciate the guys being gone for 3 hours every Monday? Which I think we've been over.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of both, because when he's not there, I control the TV. So I get to decide what,
That's nice,
is on
right?
the, yeah,
That's
it is.
nice.
It's like the only time. But again, yeah, it's hard. Like the kids don't get to see him on Mondays because they're already in bed.
He
by
comes
the time
straight
gets
here.
home. Yeah, he comes straight here from work, and then so that's a
Jose
little hard. They don't
works
like
around
that.
the corner,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
so he's here by like
I know.
4
I'm like,
o'clock.
I always tell him like, why don't you stop and do dinner by yourself so that way you don't get there so early. I feel like he gets here so early, and I'm just like, let them be.
You're bothering them.
Yes.
No, I
Yes.
don't get home till like 2 hours later.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm
Okay.
fine. But I do always worry, like, what are these men going to eat? Like, why am I even thinking about it? But like Cody wouldn't. Like, he just let your husband starve every Monday if I didn't think about it.
They can feed themselves.
Yes.
But
You-
not really, though, Monty.
Oh no, Matt! Look at my husband is not going to go hungry. Matt is gonna find food.
True.
They're gonna be okay.
Yes.
So I say, don't feed them this coming or tomorrow. Well, whenever Monday is coming.
Yeah.
Don't feed them and see what happens.
Okay.
Just a social experiment, if
See
you
if
will.
they wither away.
Yes, yes. It won't
Okay.
be bad, I'm sure.
Deal.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I wish it was a different day of the week, because Monday, it would be the day where I could potentially like cook something for, the week and,
Yeah,
go
that
from
does,
there, like
yeah.
get a good start on the week. But
I have that same thing.
Yeah, but because I have to, I usually get off of work a little after 5:30ish. And then I have to go pick up our son. And then from there, it takes me a while because I want him like bathed and ready to go, because he'll just fall asleep on the way home. And I don't want him to be like dirty in bed, because he'll just, he doesn't care. Just like men, So, by the time I get home, it's like 7-8 o'clock. And at that point, I'm like, am I really going to start, making a meal? No. So I don't. But, it's nice to have that like control, like Moni was saying about like everything, I get home and I'm, I make every decision.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's nice. But I know Jose, at least he feels a little guilty, I think, sometimes, because every once in a while he'll be like, thank you so much for being so supportive. And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, now it's,
What did we tell you about coming in here? And
I know,
saying
I'm
nice
so
things
sorry.
about Jose?
That's it though. That's it. That's all that's all I'm going to say.
We're gonna kick you out of the club.
That's all I'm going to say. Nicely. Everything
That's
else.
it.
Yeah, everything else will be.
We're going to turn your mic off next time, okay?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I think the wine is getting to me.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, but like I said, outside of that, I know that I have something to hold over his head.
That is exactly right.
Yes. So, he can't really say anything or tell me anything for anything that I'm doing, because I'm like, okay, well, you're not even home every Monday. So
Right.
what do you care?
You're like banking like 4 or 5 hours a week at
for
least,
sure.
right? And then you add the weekends.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
Matt is much smarter than that. If I ever try to do that, he'll be more like, I guess I won't go this week then. Like, he'll just, sorry, Cody, I can't come. She's trying to use this to get me to do something else.
But what are the chances of him not actually coming? Come on.
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet.
Try it. Let's
maybe I
see.
will.
Give the listeners a break.
yeah, What can we do? Yeah, they haven't missed a week. That's another thing, is like the pure dedication to it.
Like perfect attendance.
Yeah, perfect. Like, God, if it were me, I'd be like, well,
Oh,
skip
yeah.
a week. Like, I have podcasts I listen to, and they skip weeks
Yes.
like all the time.
Like, how long have they been actually planning for us to get together? And because of scheduling conflicts with probably us,
Yeah,
it just hasn't happened.
right. And
So-
I think they think that like in like 6 days, their full audience is going to drop off because they didn't come up with.
I
With
feel
an
like
idea.
I feel like Cody would panic
Yes,
if you didn't put something out every week.
absolutely.
I can
He would
imagine him
panic.
like, getting the shakes and stuff. Like,
He would.
He's so like controlled and again scheduled and spreadsheets and if he missed a
And
week, it would
scripts.
be like
Yeah, scripts for wives, which is clearly going well for them.
I mean, the fact that he's trying to tell us what to do, I can't.
no.
he knows
even.
better than that.
I can't
He's just
even.
hoping this will reel us back in.
No. I mean, I think it's kind of working, but don't tell him I said that.
It's only working because otherwise, who knows what we'd be talking about. All right.
How tired are you guys about hearing the guys talk about the show, the Instagram page, the latest events, and what we want to do to our vehicles?
Can I jump in here about the vehicle part?
Yeah.
I was yes.
Please start us off.
Guys, tomorrow I have to make 2 truck payments.
Oh, the Tacoma.
2 truck payments because guess who hasn't sold his Tacoma yet?
That was my question when we pulled in today. I'm like, what is Cody going to do about his trucks? Well, he's trying to sell it.
He is
okay.
Trying is a loose term.
he?
Letty.
Somebody, please buy the Tacoma.
Trying is a loose term.
Yes.
First, I was like, okay, you've got lots going on. Like, you tried to get the Ranger ready for, like, the first big event, blah, blah. Okay, now it's been 2.5 months. By the time this comes out, if that Tacoma's still in the driveway, it'll be going on 2.5, 3 months.
Oh, goodness.
And now we're doubling up
on your payments.
payments, which is super fun.
Yeah.
But you know what? He doesn't have to worry about it because he doesn't make any payments or even do anything
doesn't
like that.
see it.
That's all me.
The
So,
payment fairy comes in and just takes care of it.
takes care of
yeah.
everything.
We're the handlers. They don't have to. They just we'll handle it.
Well, they have their card, and it swipes, and like that's it.
The thing that really gets me though is that you're going through all of this because he decided to buy a Ford.
Yes, exactly.
He had a Toyota and he
Right.
decided to buy a Ford of all
Yeah.
things.
Right, and then here we are.
And then here
Yeah. And I
Here
mean,
we
and
are.
he knew what was going to come with that. He knew that Matt and Jose were going to
Yes.
give him crap
Yes, he fully expected
about
it.
that.
And he
I-
still went with it.
And he
A
did
Ford.
it. It's like he's a masochist. You know? he likes, the pain and the shit talking and all this other
He
stuff.
must. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because
must love
There's
it.
no other explanation. as far as I can see.
Jose had an F-150 and at least our experience with it was not great.
I heard.
Yeah,
heard.
we had to sell it off to not after, rebuilding the transmission basically. And I was just like, absolutely not. I am not, especially because he was off-roading with it. I'm like, I'm not going to let you take this
Yes.
piece of crap to off-road and then be stuck up there, and it's so heavy that nobody can tow him
yeah.
or pull him out of anything. So I'm like, nah, we're not dealing with that. Why don't you just focus on something else and we'll sell this off. So luckily he got the Land Cruiser or whatever, but it's nonstop about this show, about stats, about trips, about what's coming up, about what he wants to do to the car, about what he can't do to the car yet because he's got to do all these other things to it, about your husband's vehicles, what they're doing to it. It's just that's our dinner.
Yeah. Oh, I hear regularly about him still patiently, somewhat patiently waiting for his Icon
Oh yeah,
suspension shocks, whatever it is.
Yeah,
because they don't make them.
Yeah, when he can get that. And
Yeah,
other than that, I shut down because we're not doing any of those things that you want to do.
You're like, that's nice.
That sounds
honey."
like money, honey, and we don't have any of that.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, and
Why don't you make a list and see what we can pick from there?
right. Start saving.
Yeah.
Air freshener. Yes, you can get an air freshener.
Do you like vanilla or pina colada?
Right. Yes. I mean,
give you
if you combine both of those, good.
You're set.
we're
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
Delicious.
Yes. Now we're splurging.
It'll wisp him away.
Yeah.
to
Actually, now that I think about it, I think he does need the air fresheners. I think
Yeah.
maybe we should go stock up.
Yeah, but where are you gonna go? Everything's
if there's any
crazy.
air conditioner sponsors out there that would like to sponsor the Trailchasers, we'll take
There you
it.
go. Yeah,
Yes.
You can
absolutely.
email
Yes.
Matt at trailchasers.net.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he's told stories on this very podcast about the smells in his truck.
Oh my
so
God.
Yes,
we all
he
know
has.
how bad he needs that.
Yes. He has.
He needs a lifetime supply. Yes.
So we'll take it. The Instagram page, I don't know.
I think that's probably mainly for you, Tammy, right? The
yeah,
Instagram
it's
page.
obsessed. It just never ends. And again, I think he thinks if he doesn't put content out every hour or something, everyone's going to stop scrolling or stop following him or something, which is not the case. But
Yeah. I mean, they do have to stay relevant,
they do.
With all this,
I'm in marketing, I get it.
right?
But
And Cody uses hashtags like he gets paid for them.
right.
That is a lot of hashtags.
Oh my gosh, yes. I know that's already saved.
Yeah, he,
Instagram
Yeah, there's
just
copy and a
knows.
paste, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of hashtags.
I don't read them. I don't read them anymore. I tried one time and I'm
No.
like, oh God,
no.
why?
They're not there. Yeah, they're not there for you to read. It's there if somebody's following it, so you just kind of skip
So that
right
way
over.
It jumps up if
Yeah.
somebody's searching for
Yeah.
that keyword.
I am social media ignorant, so I don't use any of this stuff. I
Probably
do
better.
go on Instagram, but that's it. I don't chirp or whatever
Chirp.
it is. Chirp.
Tweet.
I don't chirp. I don't face chat or whatever it is.
Oh my goodness.
I don't Insta time.
Yes.
No,
yes.
yeah, I was on Facebook for a short time, and that was just god awful.
It is awful.
I am on Instagram for pictures of nieces and nephews, and that's about it.
Yeah. I hear ya.
Good. Good.
Are you tired of hearing the word podcast? So tired. But I actually caught this one years ago where he said it so much. not just in context of this podcast, but all of the other podcasts that he listened to where everything he ever said was like, I was listening to a podcast. And then I was listening to a podcast about podcasts. And I actually had to stop him one time. I'm like, I'm sorry. If you say podcast anymore, I'm going to lose my forking mind.
Right, because we can't say the F word, guys. We can't say it.
Yeah. And he actually, since then, you can hear him catch himself and say show instead.
The show. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear the show a lot.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
When he's talking about Trailchasers, it's usually the show.
The
But he
show,
does, he is all about podcasts. That's what he listens to all the time.
Yeah, Jose too. He doesn't listen to the radio. Like he doesn't like if I tell him like, "Oh, have you heard this new song by so and so?" I don't listen to the radio.
Mm-hmm. Don't know
He'll
what that is.
listen to podcasts all day, every day. And they're all like photography podcasts, off-roading podcasts, just like different, just random things. Like the Joe Rogan podcast. It's just podcasts
At least
all
it's
day.
variety. Matt,
It is
Matt listens to pretty much nothing but some sort of conspiracy theory or aliens. Like, I think that's 90% of his podcast.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this is serious. Like this is a serious thing. Like
The
that's
conspiracy
yes.
theories? Well,
I mean,
he enjoys it.
he lives and breathes it.
But he's not like obsessed with it. It's just for a while in our marriage, it would drive me crazy because the weekends would be him watching like the alien TV shows.
Ancient aliens.
Yes, ancient aliens
With the guy with the crazy hair.
Oh
yes,
my God.
yes. I'm like, this guy again.
Oh, yeah. So we watched a lot of that stuff, and I would get so irritated because every single show that he watches about aliens is the same thing, where it's maybe there's aliens.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe there's not.
You know, no shit. Maybe there's
Yes.
aliens.
There's actually like a meme, which I'm sure tons of people have seen it, and it's this crazy haired guy where it's like, the caption is, I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was probably aliens. But that's funny because when he comes on, it's like he's not necessarily discrediting the aliens, but he's
Yeah.
also not saying
Yeah,
that
he's
it
not
was
saying there
aliens.
are, but he's
Yeah.
not saying there
Or
are.
not. Yes, yeah.
And
So
that's how they stay safe. Yeah.
I think Matt's thing is more like he really wants to see a UFO someday.
oh my god, if he
You know,
ever
like
does,
if he ever sees like a blip in the sky in the desert, it had to be a UFO, right? That
Yeah.
was a UFO,
Yeah,
right?
for sure,
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
that's more his thing.
It was.
But yeah, he's big on the podcasts.
So
I'm-
podcast.
I am not.
The answer is
at all.
yeah. There's
Yeah.
a lot of podcasting going on.
let's find another word for them.
Okay, we'll get back to that one.
Yeah,
Could be so many things.
maybe listeners pitch in.
We can,
Yes.
call, we can call them talkies, right?
Yeah,
Can we call them-
let's call them Stinky Winkies or Stinkies.
Okay, are you tired of the guys only wearing Trailchasers shirts mostly, Cody?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm used to it now, but at least he's changed up his pants game,
Oh, good.
right? Which has been a process. This has been a decade-long process with his pants game because he started off when we first got together wearing the $5 Wranglers from Kmart.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
And I mean, I let that go for a while.
Yeah.
For a while, but I was like, okay, you're not 40 yet. Like, why are you dressing like a dad?
Right.
So, but I didn't want to like judge him, you know?
Because you were new to the relationship. You didn't want to scare him
Where's
off.
the line? Well,
Right.
let's get real. He wasn't going to go anywhere
Right.
already, but
Yeah.
you know, so one day I was at Kohl's. I'm like, I'm just going to buy him clothes. So I went and I found him a bunch of pants, and
Yeah.
he actually wore them.
Wow.
And since then, he's been doing okay. So I'll give him that. But for as much time and money as he spends on the hats and the shirts, I guess it's like, well, you better wear them, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, for me, Matt wears nothing but camouflage cargo shorts and t-shirts. So whether it's a Trailchasers
Yeah,
t-shirt
doesn't
or a
matter.
Dodger t-shirt, it's a t-shirt.
hmm
He has, I don't know, 100 t-shirts. He only wears like 7 of them,
yeah,
but
Oh
he
my God,
has
I
like
can't
100 of them.
Stand that.
And then it's just cargo shorts. Like right today, he's actually wearing sweats. So I
Yeah.
think the cargo shorts must have been dirty.
oh yeah, I must need to do laundry.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of strange. I'm like, oh, he's wearing like pants.
No, cargo shorts, a t-shirt, and a hat. That's 99%. Well, he actually has a real job now, not a construction job. So he has to like wear shirts with a collar and pants
Ooh.
to work. But other than that, yeah, if he's not at work, it's cargo shorts and a
Look
t-shirt.
at Matt stepping up, right? He's
Yeah.
Reluctantly.
He's classing it up.
On Mondays, I do get to see his work outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a nice.
And it's like the same
Treat.
5 shirts.
The same 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
One
I
for
mean,
every day.
Yeah. And even if he had 20, he'd still wear the
The same 5. Well, he does. He
Yeah.
has like 10,
Yeah.
but he only likes 5 of them.
Yeah. I don't understand what that is. So like I'm not necessarily tired of him just wearing Trailchaser shirts because he has now a variety of them.
He does.
My concern with Jose is that there's multiple of the same color. So I can't distinguish which I've just washed and which I haven't washed in months. And I have this system in his closet because he doesn't like me going in his closet, but I'm like, I have to go in your closet to put your stuff away. Like, I know, you know, you're not going to do it. You know? So I have to do it. So I'll usually just put like the cleanest stuff at the far end of the closet. So that way he just goes in and like grabs whatever is the least clean, I guess, and wear that first. But for some reason, he always finds the ones that I've just washed. And it's like he picks them. It's like, oh, this one looks like she just washed it. Let me wear it. That's it. And I'm just like, look, I know that whenever he goes off-roading with Matt and Cody, which is any time that they go off-roading, it's just now them, the 3 of them, and then, you know, other people. A show, any other time that he's coming here, he's going to be wearing a Trailchaser shirt or a hat or some kind of brand. So I'm not tired of it yet. Right. But I'm sure at some point, if we're going to like a family event, he'll try to wear a shirt, like a Trailchaser shirt. And I'm like, okay, no. Let's just do like a button down at least.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
that would
like
be a
short
fantasy.
sleeve. Like shorts. Yeah, no, he can't. Like, I think he's just like, oh, well, this is what I'm comfortable in. Like, this.
Yes.
At least Jose came out with that super sexy, ugly shirt for the Hammers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. The
Like
ugly desert
my
shirt.
initial reaction to the ugly shirt was like, what the hell is he wearing?
Yeah.
But then like the 3rd picture I saw with him in that shirt, they all need that shirt. We need to
Yeah.
find
Oh.
that shirt and put Trail Chasers all over it.
Oh,
Because
good
that's
call.
a sexy shirt.
I mean, so we found that one at Kohl's. So Kohl's, you're welcome. At Kohl's. So I had purchased him a different shirt we were going to do like family portraits with his sister. And the shirt didn't work out, the one that I had purchased for him. So like then they were getting ready for that, the King of the Hammers. So we went back and we're exchanging the shirt, and then he sees the shirt and immediately like he falls in love with it. And then he was like, I have to get that shirt, right? Like, it's so bad, I have to get it. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's a man after my own heart.
Yeah.
Because I like sometimes something is so ugly that it comes back around for
Yes.
you and you just find it perfect.
Yes. And I mean, it was very popular. You know, everybody was
It was.
talking
Everyone was
about
jealous.
this shirt. And that's what I told him. I'm like, look, it is so bad that at some point or another, Matt and Cody are gonna have to get a shirt like this. And you guys are just gonna have this ugly desert shirt that you guys talk about on certain trips, or
I've been
you all
pushing
wear
for.
it.
I've told Cody, you need to go out. You need to find either that fabric or something similar to it.
Yes.
And you guys need some ugly desert shirt. No
Yes.
more T-shirts when you guys go on these events.
Yes,
Right.
like if
you
you're
need
gonna
to have, you
interview,
need to stand
yes,
out.
yes,
Yeah.
like if you're gonna interview somebody, dress the part,
Right.
you know.
I'm not talking about like a charcoal gray button-up
No.
shirt. No. It needs to have some flavor and some flash.
That's right. That's right. I agree. I agree with Money 100%. And yeah, I'm right there with you. Yes.
Well, we might need to get onto Kohl's.com after
Yes.
this is
Yes.
over.
Yes.
See what we can find. Do you listen to the show? Is our next question.
We already said no.
On to the next. No, I do, but that's only because I have. That's only
Well, they're
because it sounds
here.
terrible, but I have a long commute.
Yeah.
So after all of my other podcasts are done for the week and I have nothing left in the queue, then there you go. No, but I do. But I'll be honest. Sometimes if it's, no offense to the people that have been interviewed, but if it's something that's purely all about like some sort of aftermarket part or something for a truck, like, okay, I'll tune out. That's when, but I do love the parts where it's the guys just talking or a particular guest on, but when it starts to get really technical, you'll lose me a little bit there, So I won't have listened to the second half.
Yeah.
You listen to way more than I do.
While I have the commute.
Matt always gets on me, but if I sit and listen to people talk, even if it's not people that I know and like listen to all the time anyways, I get sleepy. Like to me, it just, even when it's like funny or informative or whatever, it's just not stimulating for me and I'll get sleepy. So I don't even try. I'd listen to snippets here and there.
Yeah.
Like I'll fish through and
so maybe
listen to some of it.
this is good feedback for them. Like, make the show more entertaining.
Well, and it's not entertaining.
Get on that.
I mean, it's, for the listeners that don't know, I have the narcolepsy and it, if I'm not like doing something,
Okay, yeah.
I get sleepy.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
So I have an out.
That's a really good
when I get asked,
reason,
why I don't this, I couldn't listen to if it was, Brad Pitt just constantly telling me how much he loved me, but in podcast form, I still couldn't sit and listen to that.
Really? With a southern draw? Like,
it would still be like 5-10 minutes. That's about
Yeah.
how long I can sit and listen to people talk.
wow.
Brad Pitt telling you he loves you for 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, that's enough, right? That's good.
Yeah, 5-10 minutes of that would be good.
I mean,
that.
if he says it once, I think that's more than enough. Like,
Does he have a shirt on? And does he have long hair Brad or short hair Brad?
Is this like Inglourious
Either or.
Bastards Brad, or like what Brad are we talking about? Ocean's
almost
11.
any Brad except for that one pretty Brad where his hair was like really light and straight, but any other Brad.
The Meet Joe Black.
Yes.
Brad.
Oh.
Not that Brad. Every other Brad, I'll take any one of them.
Yeah,
Young,
he's
Even
like
dead Brad.
young, old, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, he's too pretty for me in that movie. And Meet Joe.
Yeah,
It's just
see,
like,
yeah.
so who are you really? Are you the devil?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a line. And you know what? Interestingly enough, I think there's a question about that coming up.
About Brad Pitt being the devil?
No, about who we would marry if we had our
the
choice.
celebrity. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. It's
Something
probably
like
That
that.
was it. Mine's not even Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like,
He has too many kids. I don't want more kids in
There's
my life.
too much baby mama drama there. Like, let's get somebody with not so much baggage.
Right? He's had 2 ex-wives that I know
goodness.
of. Like,
Yes, and who knows what else?
Yeah.
Gotta
All right,
love
let's
kids.
keep going.
Okay. What would you change about the show? Well, more entertainment, obviously,
Yeah, I
what we
mean-
just said.
I would have more women on the show, actually.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
We were talking about
Yeah.
this. I'd told Matt that they should have at least like monthly, like a female guest host, like
Right.
somebody who comes in and actually does the whole, not just an interview, but sits down and banters with
Right.
the guys and
Yeah.
gets
Yeah.
their female perspective in there. Cause,
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Yeah.
And I think it'd really open up to more listeners, because there's women out there who do
being
the same
represented.
thing and they follow other women and so they
Yeah.
could reach more people that way.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that would be, and I know we said this was not going to be us saying good things about them, but I think they do a really good job with the show. But, like you said, I think having more of a female presence, no, it doesn't have to be some person just every single show, but just like every once in a while, like you said, monthly or,
A monthly.
what have you, just somebody that's, in the community and knows about the technical piece of it that maybe we don't. Just
Right.
females are underrepresented, I think, anyway. So
Right. And the show's supposed to be all inclusive, the every man, maybe it's the everyone.
Yeah,
Right?
every
Or
person.
whatever. Every person,
yeah,
like, come on,
Cody, you
let's-
have a daughter.
Yeah, God, let's.
Yeah, all the talk
Get with the
about how
times.
you're glad that your daughter has all these great role models. Why don't you get those role models in here?
That's right.
Give them the chance to sit in here and talk to people that they wouldn't normally be able to reach.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. And even somebody that's significantly younger or older, or let's get some different age ranges in, and somebody that's maybe super brand new,
Right.
So I would be super excited
Yeah,
to
a
have on the
newbie,
show.
yeah.
Or one of these older guys you see that have been doing it for decades,
Yes.
and they're all kind of crusty and just been
Oh
there.
my
and-
gosh, crusty. Yes, we want more crust.
No offense to the crusty dudes out there.
Yes, we love you.
Yes, it shows that you have experience.
Yes.
Okay. If you were to start your own podcast, what would it be about?
I don't know.
Letty.
I don't know.
Sleep.
Sleeping.
I think so. I've actually thought about that before. This question came up, and I don't have like any talents that I can share. And like earlier, Tammy, you were talking
That
about
you can
how
share.
that I can share. We can talk
Secret
to Jose
talents,
about that later. That's why he married me.
That makes sense.
So
That's why he was willing to wait 10 years.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It was my talents, you know. But you know, the only thing that I'm truly passionate about is being a mom, and I think it would be anything. But I mean, there's already so many of those that I don't think I would really ever start anything mom related, because there's already so many out there and so many like really good ones but that would be the only thing that I would be truly passionate about, where I could sit there and talk for hours about being a parent.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
I think there's a lot of saturation, you know. There's a show or a website or a blog or whatever about everything.
Yeah.
But, you know, if these guys can do it, Letty, anybody can do it.
That's
So you never
That's
know.
true. And you both can be my co-host, and then we'll take their audience.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What about you, Tammy?
You guys, I don't know. I am despising sitting here right now listening to my own voice in these headphones. So I just really, my answer would be no podcast.
It's really weird. It's really my
It's
voice
super
sounds
weird.
different than yours. Like your voices sound very like in it, and mine sounds kind of echoey.
Yeah. Same.
I don't know. Okay.
I guess we'll see how it turns out.
I've hated my own voice since the first time I heard it on an answering machine.
That's weird. That
Yeah.
is weird to listen to your own voice.
It is. So we'll see how this turns out. But
I probably won't
Yeah.
listen to it.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, Monty's not going to listen anyways. we're
Hashtag
set.
out.
That's right.
Okay. What is something that the listeners would like to hear about the guys that they don't already know?
I mean,
What can I mean?
That they would like to hear about the guys.
what
Like,
is-
sure, I could have a million things that I could say about Matt, but I don't know that it would be enjoyable for anybody.
Oh, I'm sure there's got to be something.
like radio silence.
This is how interesting our
Yeah,
husbands
this is
are.
a sad moment for us all
Yeah.
that we're sitting here in complete silence trying to think of something interesting about our husbands.
Okay,
But I feel like they do a really good job of showing their personalities
They do.
and opening up a lot on this.
Yes.
Yeah.
That there's not a lot that people don't know about them.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, you know, Cody is actually like a really sensitive dude and loves romantic comedies and cartoons. But to Monty's point, I think he lets that out in the show anyways, because they're always asking him if he's gonna cry. So
Yeah.
like nothing that the listeners didn't already know. But I do enjoy that, like, you know, he'll watch that crap with me.
Yeah, if the listeners don't already know, Jose is a very sensitive, especially after we had Damien. Like,
Yeah.
we'll be watching like a sad movie and his eyes are welling up, and I'm just like, what the hell is the matter with
Are you
you?
broken?
Yes. I'm like, my eyes are like dry, and he's over here like, it's just, or he'll be looking at pictures of Damien when he was a baby. And I'm just
Aw.
like, what is the matter with you?
Who are you?
Yes, grow up hair.
No, I've never seen Matt doing
Can't
that
relate.
stuff. I
Can't
mean, I
relate.
can't say he's sensitive about any of that. No.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
He did cry when Kobe died. I did see some tears shed when
Well,
Kobe
that's
died.
that.
you know.
I think what was most like Jose was very struck by that too, but I think it was mainly because it was involved a child, right?
Oh,
yeah,
And
it's
you
the
know, I
worst.
think that was just awful. But
It was the worst. Oh, and speaking of that, so we went and saw the final Avengers movie, Endgame, in the theater, just the two of us, and
date night.
yeah, rare,
Yeah.
right? And spoiler alert, if anyone hasn't seen it, I would imagine everybody's seen it by
It's
now.
on Disney Plus,
But
you guys.
yeah, it's on Disney Plus. Go watch it. So Cody's basically his idol is Tony Stark,
Oh,
right?
no.
Yeah, his loves Iron Man. Like that's
His man.
His
That's-
man
yeah,
right there. He's
man crush.
kind of mine too, right?
Yeah,
So clearly, if you look around, ladies, he wants to be like Tony Stark with all of his like nonsense here. But
He's missing a couple zeros after.
yeah,
after his name.
right on the bank accounts don't really
Yes,
line up.
yes.
But when we lost our man Tony, and they threw in Tony's daughter
Oh.
and incorporated her into it,
Mm-hmm.
and she's sitting there with John Favreau,
Happy.
happy.
Yeah.
Speaking of all of a sudden hearing tears come from nowhere, I mean, this man is leaking.
Oh
tears. And I'm a crier. I will cry at everything. But he was bawling.
No.
Like other people in the theater could hear him because he just lost his idol, and this little girl that looks just like Presley in the movie is sad, and I think his whole world just crumbled around him. And then the part where Happy asks the daughter, what's your favorite food?
What do you want? What do you want to eat?
What do you want to eat?
Cheeseburgers.
Yeah. He goes, don't say cheeseburgers. Don't say cheeseburgers. Because that's Presley's favorite food. And she goes, cheeseburgers. And he's like,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I bawled my eyes out on that too. And the whole time I saw, in my head, I saw Cody and Presley.
Did you? Yeah. That's a moment right there.
Yeah, the I Love You 3000. I still can't. I just can't. It's just too much.
Yep. He has a keychain that we got him for Father's Day that says I Love You 3000.
Did he cry when he opened it?
I don't remember.
God.
But he definitely cried in the movie theater.
Yeah, I'm not a crier at all. So whenever nothing, even there's some sad movies like those dog ones where they die or whatever.
Don't even watch them.
Yeah, like A Dog's Purpose or Marley and Me, all those things. It's just it's really messed up. But Jose now, I'm telling you, ever since Damien was born, something switched in him, and now he's got emotions, and I'm like, who are you?
Now he has feels.
Yes, and I can't handle it because I'm like, I'm fine, you should be. Apparently we're supposed to be the weaker sex, but that's not the case.
Oh no. Anybody who says that is obviously a man.
Right, exactly.
Clearly wrong. Okay. How much do you hate the way the guys drive on and off road?
So much.
Really?
So much.
Try driving up the mountain with Matt. And you will never get in a car with him again.
I've been angry most of the times we've gone on off-road trips to where it's gotten to the point where I give him the silent treatment for the rest of the day. Your husband actually is a caring human being when he has his family in the vehicle. Ours could care less.
And the off-roading part doesn't bother me too much because it's going to be
bumpy,
crappy anyways.
Yeah.
But when he's going up the mountain, I mean, it's annoying to be behind people who don't know how to drive on the mountain and don't use their turnouts and all that. So I get being annoyed by that. But no. He has to beat a record or something on his way up the mountain. And he has to go as fast as possible. And when it comes to the passing lanes, he will take it down to the last second trying to get around one more car. Me and the kids are all completely braced the entire way up and down the mountain because he has to do it as fast as possible. So that is not fun. He's
it doesn't matter how many times you just plead with them.
I stopped because there's no point.
Yeah.
I just, oh shit bar with one hand and then the handle above the door with the other.
That's the oh Jesus handle up there.
And that one's oh shit. Oops. I just hit the mic. Oh shit, no Jesus.
I can't relate. I'm so sorry, but
You're gonna talk good about him again.
Yes, I'm so I was the one who told you ladies before we started this is gonna be shit talking 101. But I feel really safe when he's behind the wheel. I know that he's going to do the right thing and he knows, who's in the back seat. So he's safe. I like being driven around by him.
Whatever, Letty.
I know. So sorry.
Matt, overall, Matt is a good driver. He is. But he also, I think, has a little bit of...
road rage?
Well, yeah. But also, a little bit of, superhero complex. He doesn't feel like he's vulnerable to people around him.
This is not Fast and the Furious. You will not make it.
So, he gets on his... he breaks the law. He, texts and looks at his phone all the time when he's driving.
Yes.
And that, I hate that so... I take the phone away from, what do you need to do? I keep hitting this stupid mic. What do you need to do that's so important? But yeah, on the mountain, though, is the worst by far.
Mountain, every day for us. Every day is the worst. And I'm pretty sure that, we are paying for some sort of a ticket every quarter of every year. Yeah.
That sounds like Cody.
For the dumbest reasons, too. We just got a ticket. He just got a ticket driving through the middle of the desert, passing somebody at 98 miles an hour with Presley and I in the truck. Like, and nobody's on the road.
That's
It's just that,
reckless.
like, oh, God forbid there's like one truck in front of you.
Yeah.
That you could not be behind for 1 millisecond longer. And now our ticket that's on its way is probably $600.
Oh, for sure.
Then he got a ticket for wearing headphones while he drives. 'Cause
Oh
that's
my
safe.
god.
And then he'll fight it. He won't admit that he's done wrong.
Of course not. Yeah.
No.
He'll go with his script and spreadsheets
Yeah.
and what have you to court.
It's the cop's fault. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I think Cody and Matt drive the same way and like take the road on the same way, but Matt is super lucky that he doesn't get caught doing all these things.
Yeah, worse
Whereas
that one.
Cody has always had the worst luck when
It's
it comes
not
to
luck
that stuff.
money. He deserves it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's never like Matt is just lucky. Cody doesn't have that luck.
No.
Cody's gonna get caught, and that's part of the reason why Matt drives so bad. I think is because
he
he doesn't get
consequence.
caught. Yeah.
Oh, Cody got a ticket. We got in an accident backing out of our driveway
Oh my god.
because he just backed out without looking. Somebody came around the corner and boom.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Wow.
we haven't even left the house.
Yeah. I think Jose's saving grace is the fact that he is clutching on to the dream of being a police officer. And, that he wants to have a clean record.
Oh.
So he's very aware. Oh, my God. There we
See?
go.
We're talking with our hands now. We're getting animated.
Yeah. I mean, the wine's kicked in.
Yeah.
He's just clutching on to the clean record. And I'm good.
By the way, there's more wine.
So I think that's why he's so cautious when he drives. But the one thing I don't like about his driving is when he's on the mountain Jose, and I can't joke with him. He's like all business, and I can't handle him as on the mountain Jose. Like I can't, like
Really?
that's a different persona. And
Then
he's
Jose
like,
on the streets.
and
There's Jose
yes,
on the mountain.
Jose at home, and like that's a different. It's like different. Like on the
Right.
mountain, Jose is like the same as Jim Jose. Like Jim Jose is like, no, you gotta like hit it, and like he's a total
Okay,
asshole.
we just found out that Jose has multiple personalities.
He does. He's like the guy from Split. But like when he's on the mountains, it's like he's very like tactical and like just has no emotion because he wants to be safe and tactical and do things right and not like fall off the cliff. And I get that, but I'm just like, bro, like
Okay,
on the
I think he's
mountain-
cut out of the club. I mean, that doesn't
Well,
fit in at all.
yeah, I know.
Does On the Mountain Jose offer courses, educational courses that he can teach?
Yes.
He,
For
I'm
Jose and
sure.
Matt. Or
So
Cody and Matt.
on the Mount Jose is not a teacher. On the Mount Jose is just an asshole. Like it's just how it is.
But he's a safe asshole.
he is.
I mean,
He is.
safe asshole is better than completely disregarding everybody's safety asshole.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's I think why he's always at the end of the whatever
Oh,
caravan.
yeah.
Yeah, he's always the bad guy.
He's like, I got you
Yeah,
all. Like,
yeah,
I'm
he's
going to
like-
watch everybody's steps.
He's the shepherd.
Yes.
Yeah,
Watching the
so
moves.
yeah, but that's the one thing I'm not a fan of.
Okay, let's see. We're at about an hour and a half. I don't know how long people want to listen to us. So let's kind of see what we have left here. There's actually
Oh
a
my
billion
gosh.
questions left.
Let's
So,
pick,
guys want to like pick some that
Yes.
sound good?
let's see.
We got
If
one
the
about
coronavirus causes the zombie apocalypse, which one of the guys will die first?
I'm so sorry, Monty, but I'm gonna say Matt.
Okay.
Why?
I don't know because Jose's like we talk about this stuff all the time. I don't know if you do, obviously.
Oh, no,
like,
we do. That's
you
why I picked that question.
You
Huh?
probably do. You probably do. But I feel like I don't know. Like maybe Matt would be more sentimental about not like. Let's say you were a zombie, he probably wouldn't kill you.
Oh, no, that's not true.
Well, I apologize for being wrong.
Not true. But no, you're not wrong about him possibly being one of the
Oh, my
first ones
goodness.
dead. Your reasoning is wrong.
Okay,
Cody
so-
wouldn't kill me, I think.
Oh no, Cody would never kill you.
Yeah, even if I was. a
So
zombie.
I totally believe
I'll
Jose.
do it, Tammy.
You'll do it? Thank you. Cody would probably still find me attractive, which is,
wow,
He would.
that's how messed up he is.
that's strange.
He's like,
would.
oh, it's cool.
Yeah. I think Jose will live the longest.
Okay.
He
He turned
Yeah.
on the mountain Jose for sure.
Yes.
I think it would come down to Matt and Cody for the one who dies the first.
Yeah.
Because Cody will be like looking at his spreadsheet to figure out which
Yeah,
route we
he
should be
would.
taking
And
to
then
get
a
away
zombie
from the
would just
zombies.
come
and
bite
then,
his
and
neck.
then get us lost anyway.
But
Yes.
Matt might be drunk, so he might forget.
You get like all of this like unearned confidence.
Yeah,
Right?
he would. He'd feel superhero, and he'd have a few too many beers because, you don't have to work tomorrow. So what's the point?
Right, right.
It's the zombie
It's the
apocalypse. Let's have
apocalypse.
fun.
Yeah.
He's a fun guy, Matt. I think that he might get a little.
So it's Cody, right?
Yeah.
It's one of the two of them.
Yeah,
it's one of the. But we do always talk about how between, everybody that in the off-road community, and then his side of the family who has the trailers and the weapons, that we'd be covered in the apocalypse.
Yeah.
We know that we're good. We have people
So he may be the one who lived the longest, probably.
Yeah.
but by the grace of the people around him, I think.
But not by his own,
Well, no, because his wife will be falling asleep because she has narcolepsy.
Right.
His children will be running amok because they're,
Children.
crazy.
Yes.
So he will have his hands full, and he'll turn to the beer, and then it'll all fall apart for him then.
Stress.
But see, I think Jose is a good rational balance between Matt and Cody. He's the goofball a little bit, but he's also a little more controlled than Matt is.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
So that's why I think he's the one who'll live the longest.
Okay. I agree with you, but mainly because he's my husband. So I may be wrong.
You would prefer to at least have your husband survive the zombie
No
apocalypse.
offense to you.
See, but
okay.
I won't survive. So that at that point,
For sure, I'm dead.
I'm asleep.
For sure, I'm dying. So hopefully he takes care of Damien and, talks about me,
Yes, tells Damien's all the good stories.
Yes, that I sacrificed myself for my children or what have you, but for sure I'm not going to make it.
Yeah, we'll be on our way out of town, and we'll have to stop so I can take a nap.
Yeah.
And that'll be the end of me.
Yes.
I'd probably have to stop for whatever wine is left on the shelf.
Yes,
to
we
get
gotta
me
stock
through.
up. We gotta stock up.
It's the important things.
Yes.
I actually put it on his list on Friday when I sent him into the disaster zone that
For
is
the
Ralph's.
pandemic shopping.
Yeah, pandemic shopping. I'm like, make sure you get 2 bottles of wine minimum.
Yes.
Because I don't want to have to break open the expensive stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they sell the 6-pack. They sell the 6-pack, and
Or a
that's on
box.
sale, yeah.
A box probably would have been the way to go.
Right, exactly.
Okay. We've got a couple about aliens, Bigfoot, conspiracy.
Why does
kind of
Tammy
talked
watch
about
those
that.
stupid ghost shows?
Yes.
do?
Yeah, again, Matt wants to see a UFO. I think is his thing. That's his biggest thing. And the ghost thing, I don't know why Cody doesn't get it.
So why? So
He secretly does. He just doesn't like to
won't
admit
admit
it. Yeah.
So why is it that he put this question on here?
Because it's funny.
Because Tammy likes ghost stuff,
Right.
and he always makes fun of her for it.
Yeah,
but I'm
why-
right there with her.
So tell
Thank
us why you watch it and why he's questioning you about it.
I don't, I can't explain why I'm fascinated. I think it's just this hunt, it's this never ending hunt the more I watch, maybe one day one of these episodes
catch
will show something
Yeah,
that's real that I can't deny. And I think I've seen a couple of things where you're like, okay, I can't actually explain that,
Right.
and I go at it I don't buy into 99.9% of it. I'm looking for that diamond in the rough little piece of whatever, something that they caught or an experience that somebody had.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll find some that are really good and I'll show him and he'll admit that he can't deny, and but I think it's just more fun for him to make fun of me.
Yes.
Because that's just what he does. And do I care? No. I
Right.
do
Well, and my
not.
thing is for all of Matt's, aliens and UFO thing, we're supposed to buy into that whole thing.
Right.
But you're going to sit there and tell me how ridiculous ghosts are. If I'm going to buy into the idea that there might be aliens, I'm going to buy into the fact that there might be ghosts.
Yeah, exactly. If we don't know there's aliens, we don't know.
Prove
that
to
there's
me
ghosts.
there's not. And then we'll,
Exactly.
Let
We're
it go.
looking for proof, but no one can prove that otherwise.
Yeah. See, and part of the reason why I don't watch those shows, especially because the only time I have is nighttime. And I believe that. I do believe that there are spirits and, other beings that live among us. So I don't want to go to bed with that thought.
True.
Oh, yeah. I can't watch them at night either.
If I watch them during the day, then great. By nighttime, I've already forgotten about it or what have you. But I can't. And I have really vivid night terrors, so I can't.
Oh.
That would just feed right into it, and I
Yes.
can't.
Oh. Wow, we need to hear
Don't
more
blame me
about
on
that.
Yes.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I'm the opposite, and I
Yeah.
can watch them at night alone.
They just lull you to sleep.
I'm I'm like, so comforting.
Ghosts.
I know, a ghost. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, the times when he's gone overnight, like, that's what I do after Presley goes to bed. I just sit on the couch.
No, not
Absolutely
Absolutely
weird.
not. Every creak in the house would be like, what is that?
when I lived in Costa Mesa in an apartment complex, in the apartment next door to me was an older man who was very sweet, but he was very old and he lived alone and he had no family or anything. And, you know, we would always hear him coming and going with his cane.
Oh my God, that's a recipe for ghosts.
Well, and then we didn't see him for like a week. And me and the girl upstairs were like, God, you know, where's Jacob? What happened to Jacob? And my cats started freaking out one night. Like they were meowing, whatever. And I'm sure they were meowing at the wall between the apartment because of the smell or whatever.
Right.
But then that night, all this weird stuff started happening in the apartment. The TV just kept shutting off by itself.
In your apartment?
In my apartment. The tape deck on I had an old stereo and it had a tape deck. I woke up and both doors to the tape deck were open.
No.
Like all this weird stuff.
Did you
And again,
hear
my
the
cats
cane?
were all freaking out. I didn't hear the cane, but it
that
was
would've
just
been the
like,
best.
I knew, like, it just felt weird and the cats freaking out and all this stuff. I mean, I think Jacob was trying to get me to go find his body. Because he was in there, you know, unfortunately in there
Oh,
for a week
Oh
in
my
the
goodness.
June heat.
poor guy.
So it was not a pleasant thing, and it still haunts my dreams to this day.
My
But
word.
I mean, you know, I think it's possible.
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
wasn't trying to hurt you. He was trying to warn you, like,
Yeah,
hey,
come
I'm
find
over
me.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone come help me find me. Yeah, I definitely have some stories of my own. We don't have to go into.
This is, maybe that's
But
our podcast.
You know what? I think it is our podcast, you guys.
Ghost stories.
Sorry, Matt and Jose.
Yeah,
You guys are out. You have
Yes.
to keep trail chasing.
Right.
We're going to ghost chase.
Yes.
and that's
There you go.
gonna be it.
Yes.
But I do have a funny ghost story. So, much to Cody's dismay, Presley brought home a drawing from school the other day. And there were 4 characters in her drawing. And Cody asked, okay, who's this? Well, that's you, Daddy. And who's this? Well, that's me. Mommy's holding me. So that's Mommy. And then there's this, like, amorphous blob floating in the air that sort of had, like, a face next to Mommy. And he goes, I'm going to regret this. Who's that, honey? Oh, that's our ghost.
No.
Amazing.
Yes. He's like, oh.
Is it because you watch the
What
shows,
did
or
I
do you
ask?
really think she sees somebody?
I am not sure. Before I tell you the next story, she named the ghost, and his name is Ooh. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh. Yes.
Okay,
So,
okay.
you know, fittingly, right?
Yes.
There was one night where we were all lying in bed. This is when she would still come sleep with us a good chunk of the time. And we were all asleep, like full on asleep. Out of nowhere, Presley pops up, like sits straight up, eyes wide open. And she's like, Mommy. And I look and she's like, my friend's over there. I can't remember the little girlfriend's name, but she used the name. And I'm like, what?
Oh my
Where?
God.
You know, and she's pointing at like the darkness of the master bathroom. And I'm looking, and I'm like straining my eyes, and I'm thinking, if I see a little girl over there, I'm going to lose my
Yes,
shit.
yes.
Because she's like, I'm all, where, honey? She's like, right there. She's right there. And Presley's eyes open, like
Right.
fully. And I'm like, and I just didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
Cody takes his arm, he puts it over Presley and me. He shoves us both down onto the pillow, and he's like, nobody's there, go to sleep. And he looks at me, and I'm like, looking at him. He goes, and he just closes. He just
He's
shakes his
gonna
head.
be the first to go. Just FYI.
right. You gotta believe.
When
right?
I was a little girl, before we moved to Ontario, when we lived in Rubidoux, at that house, I had a little, what my mom called my imaginary friend, and her name was Jody, and she was a little girl that, you know, I saw perfectly well, and I could describe her, and I played with her and talked to her every day, all day long. And when we moved from the Rubidoux house to the Ontario house, I remember, to this day, I remember standing in the driveway and saying goodbye to Jody because she couldn't come with me.
Oh.
She had to stay
my
with the
gosh.
Rubidoux house.
Oh, my.
Money.
Yes.
I'm a little ghost friend.
Okay. One Sunday a month, ladies. It's the Ghost Chasers podcast.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, I don't have any to share. I'm so sorry. Other than my night terrors, but that's
Oh, well.
beside I don't know if we have enough time for that.
Well, have you done? My question is: have you ever hit Jose during your night terrors or punched him in the face.
Yes. And he's like grabbed my hand because he's, in my dream or in my imagination, he's transformed. And I hear my son crying. Sorry. So he's like transformed into like something else. And he like I went to like push him off the bed and he like grabs my hand and he starts telling me that it's him. But at this point, I'm still just seeing this like demon looking thing next to me. So I'm like screaming at the top of my lungs and the neighbors called the cops.
No way.
Goodness.
Yeah, they had to come in and like, search the apartment and everything because of like how like blood curling my scream was.
Wow.
So you have ghost stories. You just hadn't really thought about it until today.
Yeah. I mean, I want to believe that it's not just my imagination because if it is, it means I'm crazy.
But you're clearly
gotta be
not.
something there.
But it's just like, I mean, I can see these, and it's usually either right next to me when I'm laying down in bed or like at the foot of our bed. These like, and it's not just shadows. It's I could see what they're wearing. I could see them.
Okay.
I could see them and I can describe them perfectly the next day. And I'll tell Jose, like, he'll wake me up or, the next day he'll be like, oh my God, you were like scared last night or something. Or what did you see? And it's just like, oh yeah, it was this man. He was wearing this. He had this type of hair and he was just standing there.
Letty, you have the most ghost stories.
Yeah. and it happens quite frequently. And I can't tell you what it is that like triggers it. But just like every once in a while, like I'll see... It does scare me because it's like, oh, this random person is like standing at the foot of my bed or standing right next to me. But, they don't like harm me or anything like that. So I don't know if it's because our house is so old. It was built in 1948. So I'm sure tons of people live there.
Right, we are going on a ghost hunting excursion at Letty's house.
Yes. Yeah. But
That's the plan.
Yeah, but I know one of them had to have been from like the 70s because of what he was wearing and just like I said, they don't like try to like grab me or anything like that because I think that would just like scare me even more. But I mean, I do see that, and I call them night terrors because I think that's what it is, but I don't know. I see them pretty vividly and remember that they're there.
Yeah, you have all the ghost stories. I'm just going to put that out there. She thinks she has none. She has more.
Nothing really happens.
We could go on for another hour about with all the ghost stories I got.
Our next episode is going to be our ghost hunt at Letty's house.
Yes.
Oh my God, I can't wait. You have a cold spot in your house?
So my whole house is sort of like a cold spot.
There you go.
But our bedroom usually stays cooler than the rest of the house.
Oh, that's the hot spot. That's why you're having all the dreams.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
I am just waiting.
We need some infrared technology so that we can,
And I'm just
Amazon.
I'm waiting for the day that Damien points at nothing and says like Presley and just says like, oh, that's so and so. And I do think like at my parents' house because my dad watches him for us, so he spends a lot of time there. And sometimes he won't go into my parents' room because he points at like that there's somebody in there. And we'll show him pictures of my grandmother who's passed maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and he calls her by a name.
Really?
I don't remember exactly, but he like points to her like he knows her. Yeah. So I think she visits him.
Okay, so I have two ideas. One is the ghost hunt we're going to do at Letty's house.
Yes.
The second one is that we need to get with the guys and come up with some sort of off-road ghost hunt.
Ooh, yes.
So then we can have a Trailchasers ghost hunt episode.
Yes, a crossover.
100%.
Oh, we got to get on. So we got to find like go to like the ghost town. What's the Calico ghost town or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Were you with us when we did the one in Big Bear? That was
Pioneer Town?
No, it was like Zen and Casey were there. And we just sort of like some other group hosted it and took you around to these different haunted sites. It was okay. It was too many people and, hard to hear any of the stories and whatnot. So we definitely need to do our own.
Yes.
But there's a part on the 330 going up to Big Bear, like one of the curves, like 3/4 of the way up. And that was part of it. Apparently, there's a story about a spooky golden deer that crosses that part of the road. And I don't remember why it's golden or anything like that. But every time we get to that part of the road going up to Mom and Dad's house, where's the spooky golden deer, Daddy?
Oh, my goodness.
And this was like 2.5 years ago. At least she remembers and she knows where it's supposed to like jump across.
That's crazy.
And then when we were driving up a couple weeks ago, we took the other road, the 38 or whatever, and a deer actually ran out in front of us.
Was it gold?
It was not golden, but don't think she didn't ask.
Oh,
Why it was not
you guys
golden.
should have been like, "Yep, that's him."
Yep. Oh, there he is. Done.
So funny.
Okay, so we've come up with our podcast
There we go.
ideas.
We're
Oh
ready.
my god, I'm
Good.
so happy about that.
I think we went through the ugly desert shirt.
Yes, oh my god.
If the guys were each a different Disney prince,
Oh, I love that question.
which one would they be and why?
Oh my gosh.
So can I go first? Because
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
actually thought about this question because I'm like, this is the question that made me think, like, seriously, you think that we're sitting here like hours on end thinking about like, oh, my dearest
How dreamy our
husband.
men are.
Yes. So I know mine is not Disney, but if I were to choose someone for Jose, it would be Shrek. And it's DreamWorks.
That's about the closest I could get, I think.
Because not just appearance,
Not
or
just.
smell, or what have you, or how much he enjoys being in the bathroom, but
They're all Shrek,
yes, but he's an onion. You know, he's got layers.
Yes.
You know, he's not just what he appears to be. He may be.
You really thought about that.
Yes, this is the one and only question that I'm like, I hope we actually get to this question because I have a really good answer for it. He's not what he appears to be. You know, you can't judge
Yeah.
a book by its cover. Jose seems to be ogre and like scary looking. He's very serious if you don't know him. Like he's very serious and sort of standoffish. But once you get to know him, he's like sweet and thoughtful and what have you. So I'm like, yeah, he's my Shrek.
Yep.
That's very
But that
cute.
makes me Fiona.
Fiona before she's an ogre,
That's
obviously.
right. That's right.
Yeah, you nailed it. I was thinking about that one too. And all the, well, first of all, the princes are like an afterthought in all the Disney.
Yeah, because it's all about the princess.
It's all about the princess.
right.
Yeah, they're
and
not-
and most of them are, you know, they're just nothing.
They're not multidimensional.
There's no substance to them or whatever.
Well,
they're all
then
pretty or
perfect,
whatever.
right?
Yeah, like, I mean, no, Matt has substance.
Okay,
I didn't mean to
great.
say some substance. I meant to say substance. But yeah, you nailed it on that Shrek. I have to copy on that.
Yeah, copy and paste.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
I'll just-
They're
what
like-
Letty said, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yes.
I think I would have to go
Oh my
with
gosh, she's gonna say something cute. Watch.
Shrek. No,
Cody's not a Shrek.
he's like a Kristoff, right?
Oh, that is so cute.
Totally like, you know, like
that would be the second choice for
Yeah.
like kind of goofy and, you know, dorky.
goofy,
and,
dorky, talks
Especially
to
after
reindeer.
watching the second Frozen, right? Like,
But
Frozen
also,
2.
like, you know,
Right.
he steps up for his woman and tries to save her
Yeah.
kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like totally obsessed with his woman. I mean,
Aw.
let's be real, he is.
I mean, why wouldn't
Long
he?
time ago, a friend of mine told me that Cody is going to love you so much it's going to be annoying. And for a decade, I have heard those words ring in my head
That's
over
accurate,
and over
right?
and over. It's very accurate.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, well, I'll take it. Could be worse, right?
Yes.
But yeah, I'd say, you know, Kristoff, kind of like multifaceted.
Yes.
And, you know, insecure in some ways and strong in others and sweet and
Yeah.
very dorky.
Yeah.
So,
That's so cute.
I know.
I'm gonna stick with Shrek, and I
Yeah.
am also Fiona, but I am the ogre Fiona.
Oh my god.
I too have layers.
Yes. Yes. Don't we all?
I too have layers, and you have to, you know, dig down to find the beauty. So yeah, we're both the ogres. We are
No.
both the ogres. Yes.
That's not accurate.
I find it absolutely apt. I'm
Not at all.
proud to be ogre Fiona.
Oh my god.
I wear that well.
she was cool.
She was. Yeah.
She was cool.
Well, I mean, it's a good message, you know, be
Yeah.
who you're going to be.
That's right. That's right.
Yep. Yep.
That's right.
Beauty is in the eye.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Okay.
All right, what else we got?
What?
Oh, that question we shouldn't touch with
Yeah,
the
let's
10-foot
just
pole,
skip-
the
let's
household
just-
chores
Yeah,
one.
let's skip that one.
Okay.
Skip
Unless
that
Cody's
one.
going to pay for our divorce lawyers.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
skip that.
Let's skip it.
If the guys came with a warning label, what would it say? Smelly.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
What am I trying to say? Overbearing.
Not overbearing, right? Overbearing is like he suppresses you and, you know, doesn't let you be. Is he overbearing?
Well, yeah.
Overwhelming?
No. Okay, let's say what's the warning label about like not you like no touching? Like he touches too much. Like, yeah, like beware when you walk down a hallway.
I get what you're
like,
saying
yeah,
with overbearing. Yeah, okay,
don't,
that makes sense.
yeah, like don't walk within 3 feet of him. If you, that's probably our alarm for
That's
if you're talking too
medicine for Johnny.
long. Okay.
Let's see. If there was a documentary made about each of the guys' life, what would it be called?
Naked and Afraid.
Matt's would be cargo shorts and six packs. That's what his documentary would be
Oh, but
called.
see, it's misleading because you think six pack like abs,
Yeah,
but
and then you're terribly disappointed when you see that it's six pack.
oh, it's great.
Oh, Cody's would be something about nerds.
Oh,
Nerds would be a good one.
Just nerds, yeah.
Nerd.
It'd be like the documentary version of the old 80s
remember
movie.
for a while he had, I don't know if he still does it, but he would make phone calls from his computer.
Yes.
I stored that phone number in my phone as Nerd. So his cell phone is Cody, but when that call comes through, it's Nerd.
That's a great way to differentiate. I like
Yeah.
that. That works perfectly.
Because when he told me what he was doing, that's the first thing that came to mind is, oh my God, you're
a
such a
nerd.
nerd.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see.
Um,
If you could, so we talked about that. If you could swap out your husband for a celebrity, which celebrity would it be? I know we talked about Brad Pitt earlier, but we said that wouldn't be the celebrity we would switch them for.
That's not mine.
So go ahead. Which one would you?
Henry Cavill, go ahead and give me a call.
Oh,
Superman.
yeah.
Was
With
there
or
ever a-
without mustache, though.
I don't care. I'm talking Tudors Henry Cavill. I'm talking Superman Henry Cavill. You give me Henry Cavill in any capacity with any haircut, I will take that.
buddy.
Right. So I've lately been binging on Arrow.
Oh.
Stephen Amell.
Yes.
I follow him on Instagram
Oh my
because
God.
he is
He's-
yummers.
So I don't like the way that he stands, but that's not what I need him for. So,
He makes some expressions that he makes to just,
I'm
the
just like,
seriousness.
Melt you.
is
broody, so broody.
yeah, he's
Yes.
yummy.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And pretty much anybody on the Avengers, I'm also open to.
Well, so here, mine is Chris Pratt. Yeah.
Really?
Pratt.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
Pratt is the Chris that you choose.
Yes.
Pratt
I
is
thought
my
you were going to say
Chris.
Chris Evans because, my God.
No.
So Pratt
it's
is my
too
third
good.
Chris. Evans is my second Chris. But Hemsworth, I mean, the accent. See, that's what it is with Henry.
it's the
Is
accent.
not only is he absolutely perfection, but he's got an
English.
English accent.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, just to
And good
throw it
teeth.
over the edge.
And good teeth.
and good teeth.
good
Teeth and the little thing in his chin.
yeah.
And just enough, not enough for it to look like a butt.
yes.
It's not a butt
It's just
chin.
like a cute
It's just enough to
accent.
say, look at how strong I am.
Yes.
little Superman
Yes.
thing. Yeah. Chris Pratt, I mean, and this
He's
is
adorable.
this is Guardians Chris Pratt. It's not
Right. Like Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec Chris Pratt.
Well, Parks and Rec Chris Pratt is closer to my actual husband.
Yes, as mine. Yes, as with mine.
I mean, he's smarter than that, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
know.
It's the humor.
Yeah,
I mean,
I do love humor.
sure, he somehow became crazy chiseled and amazing, but he's hilarious and
Yes.
adorable, and
Yes.
that's what gets me. There was a question earlier about like what made us fall in love with our
Right.
husbands. Made me laugh.
Yeah.
Like the end, like when Cody came along, this man was not anywhere near my type.
Obviously.
Not anywhere close, but I don't know why. He made me laugh. We could talk for hours, and I don't really like talking to like that many people, believe it or not, like comfortably. I don't even, never mind. But,
I don't even
So-
like talking to people at work.
right. Like, So, Chris Pratt.
Yes.
Always and forever.
These were all really good choices.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we could trade easily all of them, I think.
I mean, I wouldn't, but thank you for the offer.
Oh, okay. And I will keep my Chris
Yeah,
Pratt.
so what made me fall, I won't talk about what made me fall in love with Jose, but what made me fall in love with Stephen Amell was that, like, if you ever
the
watch
ladder,
the
the
Arrow
salmon ladder, I think it's
salmon
called?
ladder
Yes.
workout that he
yes.
does, I'm like, I know that is him, that is not a stunt double, that is
that's
him
him.
doing it. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, yes, please.
Yeah, that's
Next
the
episode.
Yeah.
sexiest exercise
Yeah.
that has ever been done.
Right. I just like sit there and stare at him all day. I wouldn't get any housework done.
No.
Be like, go ahead. Go ahead.
See, for me,
Rewind.
For me, Henry is just absolutely beautiful. I have
Yeah,
no
he
idea
is.
what his personality is.
He seems like a nice guy.
Hopefully he'll be nice or whatever,
Yeah.
but just be quiet and,
Yeah.
sit there and be pretty, please.
Doesn't really matter.
do what you gotta do.
You just sit there and be pretty.
Oh, man.
What else are we going to go on?
Okay, let's do a couple more. What TV shows do you watch with the guys after the kids go to sleep?
Walking Dead.
Oh,
Because it'll give
You
Damien...
still watch that?
Yeah, because if we watch it with Damien awake, he'll get nightmares. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he'll wake up. Every time that we've watched it with Damien still awake, he'll, like, wake up. And for some reason, now the episodes are a little bit more gory. And yes, we still watch it. I think we're so committed to it, even if it's not good.
We tuned in after when they killed... We tuned out when they killed Glenn with the...
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
That was too gross for us. It was too
Yeah.
much.
So after that, it's just gotten so much, not so much about the zombies anymore. And it's more philosophical. Like they're all the living dead now. And the zombies aren't necessarily like a threat. It's just like the living people are actually threatening them. But that's the one show that we do watch, after Damien goes to sleep, if we're still awake.
right.
Yeah.
That's a big
Yeah.
if right
Yes. Yes.
You talking about the Walking Dead just made me think of something that when we were talking about like things that the listeners don't know about, the guys or whatever. So Matt has a problem with like the idea of the inside of our bodies, like blood and like stuff like. So like we have a joke that he doesn't have any blood or organs inside of him. He is filled with nothing but oatmeal and metal shavings.
Oh, and that's better.
The oatmeal makes him squishy and loving, and then the metal shavings is what keeps everything together because he can't watch anything like when it comes to we were watching the Overland
Expedition
show, and it was season 2 when they were removing the tumor from the little girl's back.
Oh.
And so he watches the entire episode with his hand up.
Oh my
so that he
gosh.
could see everything on the screen around
Right.
Right.
the bloody parts, but
Right.
so that he didn't have to actually see the bloody parts because
Wow.
he has a problem with that.
So what happens
do
when
it.
the kids get hurt? Because I mean, they're boys.
It's not
so-
blood by itself. It's once
like
you go
the innards.
Yeah, once you go past the blood and it's like tissue.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets really squeamish on that. He doesn't. I mean, I don't like it, but for him, it's like, oh no, that doesn't. No, we don't even talk about it. I don't want to hear about it. Like, no, yeah, he can't handle it.
Oh my.
So yeah, that's why we stopped watching Walking Dead when they did that to Glenn because it was too much for him at that point.
Wow.
It
Yeah,
was
it's
too
too
gross.
much for a lot of people, I think. I think that's where we dropped off too.
Yeah. But to the shows that we watch, I mean, we used to watch Game of Thrones until that ended.
That was a really
that
good
one was
one.
great. And now, nothing. Like, there's nothing that we're into. We just kind of let it run. Usually the news,
Yeah, unfortunately.
What about you?
Well, we were all just talking about this morning. So the latest one is The Good Place.
oh yes,
so
good.
I love
So
that
good.
show.
Yeah,
Yes.
who knows? It's just one of those ones like Money we were talking about. You just turn on, you're like, I'll try this one. Turns out to be amazing.
Yes.
Forking amazing. I might add.
Yes, they're all just so good together, and I'm so sad it's over.
And it's so clever. It's just,
So clever.
yeah. We still have like the last season or the last 2 seasons left to go.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, it was surprising how much we enjoyed that show.
Yeah. Cody's pretty good. He'll let me turn on kind of whatever I want, mostly because he's going to have his face in his computer anyways
Right,
while
right.
we're watching
That's Matt.
TV. But so what I put on a lot is Expedition Unknown with Josh Gates. So he compromises with me on this.
I think I know which one that is, yeah.
because
We've watched that.
it's a lot of off-roading, adventuring, tracking down legendary stories, a lot of like, I don't know, hunting for buried treasure thing, but like in the real world. And this guy, Josh Gates, he's had many shows. It's on the Travel Channel and he's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
It's pretty good.
And so Cody can put up with it, and I think he actually secretly really loves Josh Gates. He blames it on me, but I think he's the one with the man crush on him. So it's actually a great show for this audience. So just FYI, I'll give it a little plug there. Expedition
Yeah, he was
Unknown.
on another show too.
He used to do more ghost ones.
Yeah, he used to do one of the ghost ones, and this
The
was like
Monster
a
Hunter.
Yes.
his own thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Destination Truth. That one was
Destination Truth.
more ghost hunting.
Yes.
Now he's more
Ghost
like,
and supernaturally kind of thing. Like, I think
Yes.
was Destination Truth did the Chupacabra.
Yes.
Yes, I remember we watched that
Yes.
one too. Yeah, that was
Yep.
funny. We were laughing about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we laugh now, but that was a real fear I had when I was a child.
The Chupacabra?
When
Really?
Chupacabra came out in the news, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna get me.
But didn't get people, did it? It just
No,
got
it was. I mean,
goats.
it's in the name. Gabra means goat, so that
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna literally the name translates to goat sucker. But I don't know. You know, chupacabra means goat sucker. That's just what it means. But to me, to my like 8-year-old brain, that meant I'm next. You know?
Yes.
It's
That's
coming
'cause
for me.
Did
It
you
goes
identify with the goats?
Yeah.
I identify as a goat. Yes.
Is that your spirit? Your spirit animal?
That's
is
my
the goat?
spirit animal for sure. Any fear, I freeze and just like pass out.
Do you,
Falls over with stiff legs.
Yes.
do you have that goat scream that they do?
Oh my god.
I haven't
It's
mastered
horrible.
it. I haven't mastered it yet, but
Okay.
yes.
Next episode.
But I'm sure that's why they called the cops on me that one time.
Oh my god, your goat.
They're like,
scream.
we heard a goat in here.
Yes,
And
they have a goat in there. Poor goat is like terrified. So please go check on
Yeah.
her. Yeah.
I was like, Jose is like, it's just my wife.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Seeing the ghosts of everyone that's lived here since 1948.
Yes, exactly.
funny.
Clearly.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, let's do one more because we're at about 2 hours.
Oh my goodness.
And I'd be shocked if anyone's still listening.
Yes.
Or there's more
Cody's
people
gonna edit
listening than ever.
90% of this out.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Cody,
Yeah.
don't you dare. This is gold.
This is gold.
This is gold.
I feel like we could keep going for another hour.
Yes.
We could. I didn't think we'd even go this long.
I didn't
Yeah,
either.
I
It all
was-
just pouring out.
Yeah.
It's just a lot
We
easier
just
than
needed
we
a
thought.
platform.
We really did.
So what about the one about the secret talents? Do the guys have any secret talents that people don't know about? No.
And on that note, it's been a great show.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, gosh, I know I said I wasn't going to say anything negative, or positive, I mean. But Jose's really good at pretty much anything he tries. Like,
Aw.
he'll be so good at it. And I hate that about him, like, whether it be sports or just anything he tries. Like, if he really puts his mind and heart into it, he's good at it. So
Well, you can tell. I mean, he's totally like Rain Man about off-road stuff.
Yes,
Right.
yes. And he just like, because he lives and breathes it for however long it takes him to become a master at it. So, I mean, other than that, he plays the alto sax.
He does not.
He was in marching band.
When do we get
Well,
a
that
show?
makes sense.
Yeah. So he knows how to creep up on people because, you know, they have to learn how to march without like bouncing up and down. That's
good talent.
Yeah. So like I'll be,
Watch your back.
Oh my God. He scares the crap out of me like on a daily basis.
I don't want to camp with him anymore.
Right. No. And
It's the best talent I've ever heard.
So
He can really creep up on
he
people.
he's like a cat. His creeping abilities are great. That's how he crept into my life, and then 10 years later, I'm just like, what? Where did you come from?
Ba-boom.
But yes, but he I don't think he hasn't played it in a while, but alto sax and trombone were his instruments.
I had no idea.
Yep.
I want a show. Tell him
Yeah,
next time.
I will.
Yep.
I will.
I expect a show.
Okay.
I want that.
He can maybe do the intro music to whatever show.
Yeah.
To our ghost
to our
hunting.
ghost hunt.
Yes.
Horns seem relevant for
Yes,
ghost
I
hunting,
agree.
right?
I
agree.
Seems like the right approach.
Ooh.
And like sharp strings.
Any hidden talents for Matt? Because I'm over here trying to think of some, and I just can't.
Hidden talents? I mean, and not any hidden talents. He's, you know, like Jose, like he's good at anything he wants to do, pretty much. You know, it's surprising, like, as much as I love the man, you look at him and you don't see athlete.
Not obvious, you know, right
Really?
away.
Because that's
You
all I
don't
see.
look at him and say, I bet you he can run and hit balls and you know like but he's surprisingly athletic and fast. But yeah, was one of the things that got me when we were first together. He played softball and it was always surprising how well he was. And then he's played
Wow.
hardball too. And
Yeah.
he can golf and He swears to me that he's a baller, but I've yet to see that talent. And he's good at Jeopardy. I mean, not like great at Jeopardy, because let's be honest, trivia. You have to have like a photographic memory. But it does surprise me, like the random facts that are stuffed in this man's head.
It's because of all that ancient alien.
Why do you know this? Like just random stuff will come out. I don't understand why you know this.
Jose knows that. The first, like when we first started dating, the first like tidbit that he shared with me that I was like, what the hell? Like, why? Number one, why would that be relevant information in your brain?
Exactly.
And he knows how many threads are on, or how many stitches are on a baseball.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head, but he could probably come in here.
He does.
Yeah, he knows. He's
why
like,
even look that up?
Yeah, like he just knew that. And that's very similar to Matt. Like he'll just like throw some like random knowledge on me and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, not only like, I mean, sports facts, like, I mean, guys love sports facts, so I can get that. But anything, like just random history stuff and random, like stuff that I swear I never learned in my entire life, and somehow he globbed onto it and he remembers it.
Yeah. I'd have to say Cody's is not the same. Cody's hidden talent, I suppose it's come in quite handy, is interviewing. Interviewing
I
for
thought
jobs.
you were going to say like he picks up stuff with his butt cheeks or something like that.
That was number 2.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Interviewing for jobs, not like interviewing people on the show. Like we always say, if he could get paid to just go on job interviews, we'd be billionaires. Because
Cody is a master bullshitter.
He's like a salesperson.
Like when I was in high school, and you have to start writing term papers and essays and stuff, and you don't really want to, but like reading his stuff, by reading his old term papers, it taught me how to bullshit my way through a term paper with doing very little research.
Yeah.
He has an absolute gift for that. So of course he's good at interviews.
Gift for gab. Yeah, he puts on his collared shirt and he does his hair and he goes and he kind of sits down, with like his elbows on his knees, and he just talks to the person like, yeah, I'm just here and I know what I'm talking about. And they eat it up, and they're like, this is the greatest interviewer we've ever had.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he has these job offers,
And now he has to do
and then he has to
job.
actually do the job, which is, that's where the second phase comes in.
Then they're like, what have we done?
Yes, that's pretty much what happens.
Yeah.
Then it all crumbles after that. Tammy to pick up the pieces.
But that's where the bullshitting comes in handy again. He can pretend that he knows what he's doing.
Yes.
Yes.
And
it's what mom, don't tell mom the babysitter's dead. Right on top of that rose.
Yes, right on top of that rose. Yeah, so I'd say that's his hidden talent for sure. Not so hidden.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But many will come up after the show and we'll be like, dang it, we should have said that.
Yes. I'm going to, on the drive home, I'm going to be like, damn it.
So many things.
I should have said something meaner.
I was too nice.
Yes, he's going to think I love him.
Yeah, we were not nearly as, downright and dirty as I thought we were going to be.
I guess part of us still wants people to listen to the show.
That's true.
And that whole, loving them thing just kind of came out,
I mean, I'm not going to commit to that, but yeah.
It's just because we're legally required at this point, and then, there's children involved.
Yeah, I mean, I signed a paper. I signed it.
We did. Signed papers.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies. So, I guess we say thank you for letting us do this. And the guys will be back next week, much to your chagrin, everyone.
Right.
You have to listen to them again with more of their normal shenanigans.
Yes.
And any last words?
No, just thanks everybody for your support. And I know this is going to be the highest rated episode for sure.
All of that nonstop talking about tracking download numbers.
Yeah.
It's going to be this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just like to say thank you. And, of course, you're welcome. I realize this was highly entertaining for all of you.
Yes.
And stay tuned for the ghost hunt in Letty and Jose's house.
Yes.
Gonna make that happen.
The ghost hunting off-road show. I'm telling you, that's going to be the one.
That's right.
That's right. That's the next run. All planned by us.
It's going to be posted, you guys. Don't worry.
Okay. Everyone, take care.
We out.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'm Presley, and thank you for listening. Thank you to Next and Taye. Thank you to Icon. If you want to be on the show, call 951-394-DIRT. Thank you to Ryan Torino with all of the music.